हे गाइस वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। यार लेट हो गया थोड़ा सा आज। 2 दिन से तो पर्सनल इशू की वजह से लाइव नहीं आ रहा था। वाईफाई आ ही नहीं रहा है। वाईफाई पता नहीं क्या, मैंने कंप्लेंट करी है। 1 वीक बोल रहे हैं वो लोग लाइन के लिए। ठीक है यार, कोई इशू नहीं है। 1 मिनट रुको गाइस, सेटिंग कर लूँ जो कि मुझे दिक्कत दे रही है। मुझे लग रहा है उसको ठीक कर देता हूँ। कोई दिक्कत ना कोई इसके नहीं पड़ेगा। एक मिनट, मेरी आवाज़ भी नहीं आ रही होगी गेम की। अभी एकदम चेंज हुआ था ना, थोड़े दिन कर लो सेटअप, एकदम चेंज हुआ। अभी ठीक है, अभी ठीक है। आ रहा हूँ, मैं स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ।
They only need 4 more to close things out.
That's looking like dominance though. Another similar tale is just weaved here by DRX. We're going to see if it continues into Abyss.
लेट्स गो, फाइनली सब ठीक है और अब पहुंच चुके हैं सेकंड हाफ में। पहला मैच जरूर डीआरएक्स जीत चुकी है, पर हम सेकंड मैच आ चुके हैं। तो गाइस जल्दी से जुड़ जाओ यार, वीडियो को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो। जल्दी से जुड़ो यार। दूसरा मैच लोअर ब्रैकेट के मैचेस हो रहे हैं अभी, तो जल्दी से वीडियो को लाइक करो यार, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो। थोड़ा लेट हो गया, एक मैच मिस हो गया हमसे। जस्ट मर्फी सेंटिनल तो चली गई है ना अपर क्लास में, जाएगी सेंटिनल। टीआरएक्स प्लेइंग डिफ्यूज सिमुलेटर, टीआरएक्स वर्सेस फनाटिक इज कमिंग। हाँ, टीआरएक्स और फनाटिक का ही होगा। प्रेस वर प्लेइंग सो वेल इन ग्रुप स्टेज। अभी अभी जस्ट आया हूँ मैं, मुझे नहीं पता था क्या इशू आ रहा था। लेट हो गया आज में नेट की वजह से। सेकंड सेकंड हाफ है ना, सेकंड मैप का सेकंड हाफ स्टार्ट हो चुका है, तो जल्दी से जुड़ जाओ यार।
DRX once more. I mean, in terms of just finishes for the first half, you can feel very confident if you're a DRX fan. I think DRX themselves are going to be feeling very confident, I think, heading into this next follow-up in through Abyss.
And for Trace, it really is only those 2 players at the top of the scoreboard that are doing much, to be honest.
Yeah.
Kai's 17 and 9. How do you get that scoreline when you're down 9-3? That is pretty ridiculous, no? But yeah, almost 6 times as many kills as the people at the bottom of the scoreboard.
That's
And
insane.
historically, the defense has been bad for Trace, but it's a brand new comp. We should probably just reset our expectations, but it's difficult to reset, and even more difficult for those players down on
क्या
stage to
9
reset
क्रिकर्स
after
होगा
what
यार,
they've
डीआरएक्स
experienced so
जीत
far
के यही
today.
सीरीज को क्लोज करेगी।
He's gonna have to go.
तो बने रहो यार लाइव
I
स्ट्रीम के
think,
साथ, जल्दी से वीडियो को
to win
लाइक
this
करो,
one.
Even more
सब्सक्राइब
so.
करो चैनल को। तो
Very
सेकंड हाफ
familiar
स्टार्ट होने
position.
वाला है।
Watching Buzz perched up onto that ankle all map long. Over the top though, lineups for days here from Foxy9. This is going to be attempting to disrupt any sort of hold. Flash,
Shot,
updraft dash
shot,
through the smokes as
wow.
well, but a kill's collected on either side here with the Jets going down. And now barreling away forwards, DRX just trying to take a bit of space in through the back of his site. They haven't actually disjointed some of these players. Hey, Bay Sheriff cannot get the job done there. Just one stray shot to the chest. Mako watching for the hopper.
That's a really important fight.
Let's go.
Lau King, second top performer. It's been heartbreak for him in terms of the rounds where he could have had that impact. Stopped in his tracks. Taking these fights, very individualistic,
nice
but
try,
Mako's there eventually to swing and
nice
collect the kill
nice.
alongside Flashback. That's 10 rounds now for DRX, a pistol round as well. And for Trace, what options do you have at this point? I mean, you can force, I think, really. But you're on the defense side, you don't have the plant money. It's not looking good.
No, I don't think they're going to be able to force just based on eco. They didn't even kill enough players. I think this is DRX, long suspected after what we saw as the opening to Lotus, but I think this is where we're going to see DRX close things out fairly easily, barring a very unusual twist and turn in this match. And it is really confidence building, I think, for DRX and for DRX's fans to see them come out in their first game of the lower bracket.
It's a play cooked up by Trace. Trying to use the weaker weaponry and util, maybe that they can find a few kills there through the main fight. But you're right, I mean, DRX, for the fans, I'm not going to say expecting an outcome like this, I think, some sort of dominant performance, but they definitely needed it, I think, in terms of Pacific representation, the Korean representation too, at this event in Seoul.
Oh.
The Korean fans here in person would be absolutely gutted. And very unexpected to lose Genji and DRX this early. It would have been unthinkable.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it doesn't look like it's going to occur.
दो राउंड रह चुके हैं.
Exactly.
Doesn't catch too much.
Everybody accounted for. Up to 11 here for DRX. At least you get the rifles online if you are Trace. But yeah, the fans, they needed something. It's not just signs of life from DRX as well, though. This is just purely a clean sweep almost in terms of a win.
Yeah, it's dominant. And it's also two maps that they're really strong on and have showcased that they're really strong at this event. DRX's Lotus was kind of so-so before coming into Champs, but I think the addition of adding that chamber in certainly caught Fnatic off guard. That's a huge win to be able to get, and it's worked beautifully here as well. And Abyss has just been home territory for them.
Yeah, they're going to go for the B-hit simulator. Look at the util, just sails up and over the head.
They're very practiced.
Yeah, Fung Fung makes a go of things, just peeking past it. Again, he's going to get traded.
Trying
to take a fight outside of heaven. Foxy9 with his plan, and it's in quite a difficult spot as well to try and pick apart. If you're trying to play the retake now as Trace. Spammable box corner, you got Buzz taking point as well. You're going to have to use util to try and clear him out.
retake करना पूरा different.
Knife against it, through the back wall. Tags onto him, so they know that Buzz is playing into this spot, but the drone's going to be used as well. Sees.
अगर बस को निकाल लेते तो easy हो जाएगा थोड़ा.
But let's not landing though, not through that box. One way in for the smoke and the dart. Snaps it round to the behind. Buzz though.
Okay.
Actually overwhelmed. The util is
retake हो
good,
सकता है,
still
possible
time
है.
starting to tick.
हो
That's
सकता
where
है
problems start to stack. Trace, they need to try and hold these guns. And
हो
hold them
सकता है,
well.
हो सकता है
Fire in
retake.
line, sticking it forwards. Now the defense needs to come
Oh,
offline, but
timing,
again,
timing.
straight through the wall.
Wow,
And then
यार,
Foxy9
what a play by
forwards.
DRX.
Flashback
What a
was
play.
rammed all the way there.
DRX do end up losing their weaponry towards the end of things here. But I mean, this round, it's looking like it could be exactly identical to Lotus. 13-3 is on the horizon.
Close होती है
The way that
series.
DRX dealt with that did end up just being textbook, and I think that
Nice one, यार DRX.
that word could be used to describe
Good job.
how the Korean squad has played all day.
They're going into it again. Listen.
Run it as a scrim at this point.
Exactly. Limit testing. They don't want to give away footage of how they play the rest of the map. They can't stop the B hits. Just keep running it. Flashes are connecting. Nade in through the back as well. Fung Fung, that's good. Stands it down still. Damage was done to him, so he was softened, weakened enough for the stray bullets of Bane to find him. In through the smoke as well. There's timings to be taken. Behind K and Kai, they are capitalizing. Mako drops him, crouched down, coverage, and fire over the shoulder still. Leaves Mako into that 1v2, and Hey Bay will deliver those death blows.
Finally,
Enough for
एक
Trace
round
to
तो
survive
आया.
another day.
इस half में finally
Perhaps
एक
DRX
round
are
मिला
gonna have
है.
to bring something different
Fresh
out heading
esports
into
को.
the round after this one. Going to be going into an eco for DRX. The amount of util dump that goes in onto that backside player is phenomenal. Fanfan does a great job in that moment to be able to get a kill out of that. He's flashed up, runs into a fragment grenade, has to readjust very, very quickly. But all of these bright spots, they can't quite obscure the scoreline at the top. And we do often see eco rounds to close out these kind of situations.
We saw it on the last map.
Yeah. That time, though, there were Stingers online. This time,
Sure.
Genji, DRX only coming into Sheriff. That's,
Maybe wishful thinking on your part. Do you hope that Genji was in playoff, Josh? It's not the case. Got to lay your hopes on DRX's shoulders.
Would have been nice for the stories, but alas, I'm another broken Genji fan that's here to support DRX now.
Smoke at the feet there for Buzz. Trying to obfuscate whether or not he's crossed that one, and does pull out an ult. I mean, Heibei's using an ult command. You can feel just how tested and pulled, I think, Trace are, that even against the weaker buy, they feel like they have to use ults.
Now going back into Kai, a full rotate while Trace stay anchored to A. The cam spots it out. This should start the defensive rotates coming through. And yet, it wasn't real.
What is happening here?
What is going on? The entire war chest is being unloaded, and in what direction? Where's that going, Bianca?
Listen, if there's
They
anything...
thought it was B.
Yeah, and it clears the way to absolutely nothing still. Now the indicator is on, but they've used so many ults into this round. It's already a win for DRX, even if they lose the round. Up and over with the dash. Attempt to play these players in Foxy9. Just the one before he's shut down.
One more round.
But as we were saying, I mean, what is going on with the ults?
A bit panicked, and I think that's what's going to happen when you've only won 8 rounds to your opponent's 25. You know, when they're winning 3x more rounds than you are over the course of the entire match, you're going to get shook in these kind of situations and feel like you've got to use the ults to close them out. It seems like a decent protocol on a rifle round if that had been a B hit, but it was a cute fake.
Equalizer मारेंगे match point पे.
It's created a massive
tough,
advantage for this one. Though having said that, oh, hello, Kai, up and over.
Yeah, Flashback not dodging a dart either, so he was lit up. There was chances for Kai to rip the opposition's head off. Cam up. This feels precarious. I mean, there's backup arriving potentially there with a deep knife as well.
They're leaving.
Yeah, Cam is cleared.
Kai.
Oh, Flashback scored him.
Well, I mean, Kai's teammates just left him out to die. They marooned him on a desert island.
Oh, yeah. No SOS or smoke signal saving you there. No rough F online for Flashback. You can hear it. He's got it. Hat flung wide gives him that information now. They know it's split straight down the middle. 2 for 2. Loud King's position out through the back of the side as well. Where's the supportive util? Flash is there. It's perfection again. The execute's clearly drilled well by DRX. Util up and over. Bianca, he's hoping he can spam and spray down. Oh my goodness, he's moving all over the place. The aim is going wild and so are the bullets.
He hit his jump button throughout the middle of that as well.
Oh boy.
हो गया guys, खत्म हो गया ये.
Have to pick up the pieces, but only 2 left to do it now. This is it. Turning point in the map, in the series. DRX on a blinder.
यहीं close हो गई.
Playing that significant factor. And they've got a chokehold onto this side into the post plant. Good luck getting through this. Good luck stepping over that barrier and that finish line. DRX, it's flawless once more to finish the map. And almost perfect all the way through out. Cleaning up the lower bracket game, and it does mean that Trace, unfortunately, will be eliminated.
Flawless, clean, textbook. A great match, I think, to restore a bit of confidence to DRX fans who might have been worried that the last bastion of hope for Pacific, for Korea, was going to end up in an inglorious end. I mean, they certainly looked excellent today. They got to showcase 2 of their best maps and dominated, crushed Trace.
Yeah.
But what a performance from Trace to even get to this point. The fact that they went out ignominiously does not mean that their results from the group stage should be looked down upon. Bianca, Mr. Upset, back here on a big stage, delivering results against Vitality, against Leviathan, and Heibei as well got the full range of emotions, from tears to a determined look after his win in groups.
Absolutely.
And now a bit of disappointment, I'm sure, but today belongs to DRX.
It does. They survive. One more day little bit longer in through the playoffs as well, a chance to potentially dish out some damage and get revenge for the Korean compatriots that were failed in the groups. They have that chance, they've earned it here and today.
Yeah, and I think they didn't just survive, they made a statement, I think.
Yeah.
That these two maps, they can crush teams that have earned their spot in playoffs if you're not ready for them. If you're not confident enough on Lotus, on Abyss, DRX will happily take you there. A deep map pool, and this team's starting to get a bit of momentum going.
Flexing their muscles with it in multiple ways. I mean, it really was just DRX consistently flexing. And yeah, unfortunate for Trace with a few of these early rounds, these moments where, you know, you just think a few stray bullets potentially land onto the players when they're trying to pull something like that off. Maybe it makes a difference.
And maybe it would have made a difference to make it a closer game on Abyss, but I don't think there was a world today, at least, where Trace were going to win this map.
Yeah.
And certainly on Lotus, because they didn't actually even have those winning moments, those possibilities on Lotus. It was all pure domination from DRX. Today, there was a gap between these two teams.
There really was. I had questions about form for individual players, whether Buzz is going to be able to play back up to it after getting knocked hard down by Sentinels. To be honest, the whole team did. I think they all picked up the pieces and they all dominated in their own regard. Let's send it down to the floor. It's the Verizon post-match interview, and I believe it's got Flashback standing by.
Thank you guys, and a dominant win by DRX, sending Trace Esports home. I'm standing here with DRX's Bane. Everyone give it up for Bane!
Hello, hello.
Now Bane, this is your first ever Champions, a big stage you've been dreamed of, and a lot's been going on already. I mean, you guys blasted through the group stage, played Sentinels. You also just played your elimination match in Champions. You know, how are you dealing with all the pressure, and what do you think of your journey here in Champions so far? 베인 선수 오늘 승리 정말 축하드리고요. 꿈꾸던 무대에 드디어 도착했잖아요. 너무 많은 일들이 일어나고 있습니다. 뭐 그룹 스테이지 바로 통과해서 센티널스랑 경기를 치르고 거기에다가 오늘은 이렇게 단두대 매치까지 멋지게 승리해냈는데 부담감은 좀 없는지 물어보고 싶고요. 또 여태까지 좀 챔피언스는 어떤 시간인지도 물어보고 싶네요.
그냥 사실 뭐 이번 연도를 마무리하는 제일 큰 무대이긴 하지만 딱히 의식 안 하려고 노력하고 있고, 오히려 이제 단두대 매치가 됐는데 오히려 더 마음을 내려놓고 편안하게 했던 것 같아요. 저도 잘 모르겠는데 좀 신기하긴 한데, 그래서 오늘 좋은 기량을 보여드릴 수 있었던 것 같고 손쉽게 이길 수 있었던 것 같습니다.
Well, it definitely is the last event and the biggest event of the year, but I'm not trying to put an emphasis on that fact, trying to lift the pressure off myself. And even though today was the elimination match, it felt like, you know, our backs were against the wall, but it kind of helped us stay more calm and more collected, you know, have no pressure at all, which is kind of weird, but I am really, really happy that we get to survive and play the next match for us here in Champions. Now, other teams from other regions, they still seem to struggle against the CN region teams as well. Now, you know, do you feel like you guys were able to play your A game today because you guys were so familiar with the CN region? You know, you guys screamed TE a lot as well, right? 이제 다른 지역 팀들은 조금 아직도 중국 팀들을 만나면 약간 흔들리는 모습을 보여주고 있는데, 오늘 DRX는 그냥 100% 다 보여주고 흔들림이 없었잖아요. 아무래도 좀 스크림을 많이 해봐서 익숙한 지역 팀이기 때문에 라고 봐도 될까요?
네, 저도 그렇게 생각하는 게, 저희가 워낙 중국 팀들과도 연습을 많이 하다 보니까 그런 특유의 중국 팀다운 공격적인 모습들,
네.
그런 거에 저희가 좀 적응이 되면서 다른 팀들은 그런 거에 좀 당황을 해서 좀 지는 모습도 있었던 것 같은데, 저희는 좀 알고 있으니까 좀 받아 먹으면서 쉽게 이길 수 있었던 것 같아요.
Yeah, of course, and it's something that we were able to exploit because we scrimmed the CN teams a lot, and it seems like teams from other regions, they're caught off guard by their aggressive styles, but it's something that we can definitely predict from them and take advantage of. Now, we don't have a lot of time, but you guys are so close to playing in Inspire. Will you make it happen? 인스파이어가 얼마 남지 않았잖아요. 각오 한마디 시원하게 해주시죠.
사실 센티널 경기를 이겼으면 조금 더 쉬운 길로 갈 수 있었을 텐데, 저희가 놓친 만큼 힘든 길을 왔지만 진짜 꼭 그 경기장을 가고 싶거든요.
네.
진짜 뭐 비록 준비 기간이 내일 하루밖에 없겠지만 이틀 뒤 경기도 진짜 저희가 모든 걸 쏟아부어서 꼭 팬분들한테 좋은 결과를 보여드릴 수 있도록 열심히 하겠습니다.
I mean, it would have been easier for us if we had the chance to beat Sentinels, but we let that slip away. So, we don't have a lot of time to prep, but we will put our 100% into our prep and the next match coming up for us to make sure that we play at Inspire. And thank you everyone for supporting us as well. Now, congratulations, Bane, once again.
Thank you.
Let's go.
And that was Bane with the post-match interview. We'll be back soon.
चलो guys, हम जब तक Valorant लगाते हैं और हम practice
This
करते
is
हैं.
it. This is the lower bracket, which means there will be no second
हम थोड़ी
chances.
practice करेंगे.
DRX and Trace have to bring their A game if they want to make a run, and this is going to be a very important map haul.
Safely tucked inside the
Highlights
smoke,
देखें
trying
यार,
to take that
highlights नहीं
angle and
देखें.
fight, but again, nothing to really add on. Make someone of this round still, but he's going to just down to the one, and he will be quickly approached, and the double-up discipline of Trace is enough to seal up that round. In terms of util to work with, it's not too much here. Adjustment, smokes, drop the Bane, and brings it closer and closer to victory. Dropped in the process now. ADS for lining him up. Flashback might just be their savior. Buzz is right round the corner. Shoddy in hand. Upgrade obtained. And beaming him down. My God, Buzz. 13-3 is the finish. Map 1 sealed up. He needs some help and backup from the rest of his squad. Body's opened up. What an adjustment. And he has bought that time. Critical element for his team to get back into play. Okay, I'm just seeing something ludicrous. The operator fell off the map, and somebody's just jumped off the map and picked it off as the round went into the next to save the op.
Ain't no way.
Into the trips too as well, up and over the top. That's a beautiful flash, Kai. The split defense play from TRX still. As the smoke does dissipate. Payne trying to hold his ground, stand it down up towards heaven. Still Kai, he's on one. This is where the problems start to stack. Trace, they need to try and hold these guns. Hold them well. Fire in line, sticking it forwards. Now the defense needs to come online, but again, bullets straight through the wall. And then Foxy9 even falls. DRX, it's flawless once more to finish the map. And almost perfect all the way throughout. Cleaning up the lower bracket game, and it does mean that Trace, unfortunately, will be eliminated.
Let's go. अभी तो 15 से 20 मिनट्स लगेंगे ही. इसमें तो हम इतने जो है वैलोरेंट की प्रिपरेशन करते हैं. थोड़ा सा प्रैक्टिस कर लेते हैं यार. बहुत टाइम 2 दिन से नहीं खेला. 2 दिन बहुत होते हैं भाई. सच में बहुत होते हैं. भूख भी लग रही है तो लंच भी करेंगे अभी, बट वैलोरेंट स्टार्ट होने वाला है. खेलेंगे पहले. अपडेट हुआ, अपडेट आ रखा है भाई इसमें. तो अपडेट का सामना करना पड़ेगा हमें. थोड़ा अपडेट का सामना करना पड़ेगा वैलोरेंट में. गेम स्टार्ट होने में अभी तो 15 से 20 मिनट लगेंगे. सेकंड मैच स्टार्ट होने हो चुका है यार. अपडेट ऑलमोस्ट 80% है. 80 या 90%. हम क्लोज हैं भाई, मैच तो स्टार्ट होगा। फैटिक और कौन सी दूसरी टीम गई है? G2। फैटिक और G2 का मैच होगा। तो ये फैटिक और G2 का मैच हम देख चुके हैं, एक दफा और देख चुके हैं भाई। काफी क्लोज मैच हो रहा है। लेट्स गो, वैलोरेंट स्टार्ट हो गया। वैलोरेंट पे ही आते हैं, वैलोरेंट स्टार्ट। जल्दी से वैलोरेंट स्टार्ट हो रहा है तो वैलोरेंट पे चलो, वीडियो को लाइक करो यार, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो जल्दी। जल्दी जल्दी सब्सक्राइब करो चैनल। वैलोरेंट तो स्टार्ट हो ही रहा है, मैं आ रहा हूँ पानी पीकर। वैलोरेंट कितने स्टार्ट हो रहा है, जल्दी से लाइक करो यार वीडियो को, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो। वैलोरेंट बस स्टार्ट हो गया है, मैं आ रहा हूँ पानी लेके, बस खेलते हैं। चलो जी गाइस, लेट्स गो। एस्केलेशन दबाते हैं, एस्केलेशन अंदर तक जाते हैं, एस्केलेशन के दूर तक दिखाते हैं एस्केलेशन आपको। यहाँ तक पहुंची है हमारी गाड़ी, एस्केलेशन मोड आ चुका है।
Match found.
मैच फाउंड हो भी चुका है। जुड़े रहो यार वीडियो के साथ, जल्दी से लाइक करो यार वीडियो को, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो यार, प्यार दिखाओ अपना। प्यार दिखाओगे तो हम भी कर पाएंगे ना कुछ यार, समझा कर सीरियस हो। अभी सीरियस नहीं होंगे कब हो गए भाई? गेम अटक चुका है, गेम या तो क्रैश होगा या हम अपनी स्क्रीन पे देखेंगे। मैच फाउंड होते ही गेम क्रैश हो चुका है। मैं गेम के पास आ चुका हूँ और गेम फाइनली स्क्रीन पे दिखेगा, चालू हो चुका है, दिखने लग जाएगा तुम लोगों को। तो एस्केलेशंस खेलेंगे आज, और अभी मैच स्टार्ट होने में 10 मिनट बाकी, 10 से 15 मिनट में मैच स्टार्ट होगा फैटिक और G2 का। चलेंगे आज सीधा वहां पे। जल्दी से वीडियो को लाइक करो, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो यार, प्यार दिखाओ अपना, लव बांटो यार मेरी स्क्रीन पे, प्यार बांटो प्यार। और वर्जिन हो तो वर्जिनिटी ब्रेक भी करो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं हो। अरे अटको मत भाई। फाइनली हमने पिंग देख लिया।
Fight.
इतना ऊंचा जिंदगी में मैं कब उड़ पाया था? और गोले मार दिए भाई। अरे मुझे तो जरूरत ही नहीं है भैया, हमें भी मौका दो मारने। ये गोला ही गोला मेरे पे पड़ रहा है। तो मुझे तो मार रहे हैं यार ये लोग, सीरियस पूरे अटक गया। अरे मैं कहाँ हूँ? हाई लेवल अप हो गया, मैं पीसी बचता हूँ। कौन आना चाहेगा अंदर? अरे मुझे खड़ा होने देना चाहिए था। अरे यार हम भी तो डैमेज देते हैं, हमारे डैमेज तो कुछ होता है क्या इस गेम में? मतलब कोई भी फायदा उठा सकता है। ऐसा वो पड़ा ना कल। अरे शॉट गन दिमाग सा खराब हो जाता है थोड़ा। Killing people with killing people.
Breached.
Here.
Kill confirmed.
दोनों को मार दिया भाई मैंने। अरे यार मुझे लगा था मैं नाइफ कर दूंगा, और मिस्टेक मेरी है कि मैंने उन पे यकीन कर लिया। मुझे मजा आता जा रहा है। ओरे बाबा बाबा। crazy, bro.
Problem solved.
सबको वेट करूंगा, फिर किल कमाऊंगा।
Reloaded.
कोई मेरी पिंक को संभाल। अरे ये लोगों के पास भी क्या किसी बॉर्डरा क्या है? मुझे गुस्सा अरे यार बहुत ही गलत टाइम पर रिलोड होती है यार। स्कोपिंग में इधर उधर कर रहा हूँ। शर्म की बात है, बहुत शर्म। Nice one, bro. Well, PUBG.
Gecko down.
Reload him. Oh, you ain't coming back.
कंधे पे कर मैंने कंधे पे गोली खाई है अपने देश के लिए मुझे अगर किल नहीं मिली ना कुछ कर बैठूंगा मैं भी अरे मर ही नहीं रहा कोई भाई उसमें से कोई नहीं मरा भाई ले वे लोग जीत गए बे हम हार गए शर्म करो बे बड़ी शर्म है शर्म लिहाज खत्म हो चुका हम लोग हार गए हम लोग हार गए हम लोग नहीं जीत पाए चलो यार टीम डेथ मैचेस खेलते हैं उसमें थोड़ा ज्यादा मजा आता है वैसे एस्केलेशन में भी मजा आता है बट टीम डेथ मैच भी काफी अच्छी
Match found.
जी मैच फाउंड होता है कोई दिक्कत नहीं यार मैच फाउंड करो आप इसने मना करा आपसे मैच फाउंड करने बताओ ड्रिफ्ट आया ना तो जेट ही खेल रहा हूँ आजकल तो जेट की ट्रेनिंग करो बट पिक नहीं कर पाता समझ रहे हो मैं पिक ही नहीं कर पाता वो जेट की ट्रेनिंग कर बड़ी दुखदायक बात है कि मैं जेट की ट्रेनिंग कर रहा हूँ गाइस जो भी जुड़ा है वीडियो के साथ वीडियो को लाइक करो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करो और हम जाने वाले हैं इस मैप के बाद सीधा वीसीटी के टूर्नामेंट जो स्टार्ट होने वाला है उस पर जाएंगे मजे करेंगे यार 2 मैचेस बचे हैं एक मैच आज का मिस हो गया था थोड़ा सही मैप देख पाए सेकंड मैप पूरा देखेंगे पूरा मैच देखेंगे सेकंड ये करेंगे चुप जाओ बैठ चुके हैं ये लोग। स्टार्ट हो ही गया। तो अभी जस्ट लगाए हैं तो ले जाएंगे। अब लगा लिया तो गाइस खेल के जाएंगे। एक मैच करते हैं फटाफट 10 मिनट के लिए। 2-3 राउंड मिस करेंगे बट को 2-3 राउंड की मैं अपडेट देता रहूँगा क्या हुआ मिस करेंगे जल्दी से पूरा करते हैं। क्या वो अपडेट की वजह से थोड़ा ईटी हो गया। अपडेट के इशू में थोड़ा लेट लगा।
Satchel out. In sight. Reload. Go, go.
अच्छा इसकी पावर खत्म हो गई है। मुझे लग रहा है
I'm out of here. There. Taking out. Phoenix kill. Reload. I'm out of here. Smart move. Gotcha. Headshot. Go get him, buddy.
Go get him, buddy.
10 seconds until stage change.
Oh, shot है बे। शॉट है बच्चे।
Stage 2.
Nice try. Gotta go. Get out. Reloading. Wait for me.
Oh my god. Goodness.
I'm out of here.
Goodness bro, goodness.
Satchel out. Satchel out. Right there.
Oh. भाई मैं जिसको मारने जा रहा हूँ उसको लगे ही नहीं।
Right there.
One bullet ring out success. Ding.
Go, go, go.
10 seconds until stage change. Stage 3.
Bye-bye.
ओ सारे फ्लैश थे भाई कर सकता था। इस मेरी गलती।
My ult's ready.
सही क्या है?
I'm good for 3. Reloading. Here comes this.
सोच रहा था 4 को मारूंगा बट एक ही में मारूं।
Drop.
Trapping doing बोलते हैं।
Reloading.
Final stage.
My ult's ready.
क्या बात है फिर मेरा एम नहीं लग रहा।
There. Hi. I'm pissed. I'm out of here.
What the fuck?
Busy has targets. Dropped. Boom.
अरे यार मेरे को पता ही नहीं था इधर पे
Charge your
मार
ults.
देता तेरी स्मोक ने मदद कर दी भाई रिलोडिंग में हमें तो Fuck, bro. Fuck.
Neo on a rampage.
अरे यार अटैक मत करो। Fuck me, bud.
Right there. Reloading.
Raiders on a rampage.
Got him.
15 kills to go. Ultimate orb spawning.
भाई इधर आ ही नहीं रहा कोई
Up and away. Someone's there.
अरे यार मार दे
Grenade! Satchel out. Satchel out.
मिस हो
Lock in sight.
It's you.
जीजी बॉयज चलो यार मिलते हैं उसमें लगा रहा हूँ गाइस लगा रहा हूँ मैच स्टार्ट हो ही चुका है ना तो लगा रहा हूँ क्लोज कर देते हैं क्लोज कर दिया मैंने एक राउंड या दो राउंड गया कोई टेंशन की बात नहीं
For the side of G2. It's going to be an early timeout. for
टाइम
good
आउट आ
reason. It
चुका
seems
है भाई
like the G2
पहले ही
players,
क्या बात
they just can't seem to even hit shots at this point.
T2 ने टाइम आउट ले लिया
Full steam ahead for now.
Fnatic ने क्या कर दिया है
You've got Alfie
फुल
who's coming
डोमिनेशन
online.
और what
And again, that's what you need
हाँ, bro?
on that ISO roll. He's been able to deliver so far 6-0.
डोमिनेशन दिखाया गया
Perfect bill of health so far.
Yeah, this Durka and Alfier combo has been the bread and butter of
Domination सा
Fnatic's
दिख रहा है
success on
मेरे को।
Haven in 2024.
my god Fnatic
Yeah, I mean, the
4-0
ISO and the Yoru
Nice.
and
It's
They're-
so unique.
their willingness to innovate and bring those into the fold has just, you're right, it's netted them so much success. It's netted them a perfect record on this map.
Yeah, and for G2, it's tough to prepare against a composition like this because it's so niche.
Yeah, who else is running this?
There's not a lot of teams that are running it. Maybe
Right.
a couple teams in APAC that I've seen. But limited reps against a comp like this can be very hard to play against. And the way that Fnatic are approaching playing against this Viper comp, kind of getting ahead of the Viper wall and honestly trapping Jonah P a lot, even giving that A short space. It's an awesome
हम
approach.
इस
A lot of
मैप
good
में
prep work has
हमेशा
been done
यूरो
from the side
खेलते
of
देखते हैं
Fnatic.
Fnatic को
They seem to have a good read on how to play against
मतलब
this double
टर्की को
controller.
खेलना देखते हैं यूरो खेलते देखते
Well, it's the
हैं
adjustment for G2 on the other side of the
Fnatic
timeout.
जो है
You've
इस
got
मैप
Trent
में
one away
टर्की
from having his Hunter's Fury. An aggressive TP out from
टर्की
Valorant
हमेशा
against
यूरो
Cubby.
खेलता है अब बहुत
The
ज्यादा
dart to buy
हो रहा है
some
भाई 2 दिन
space.
बाद
But again, you see the utility being exchanged from the defense.
And I think this is what G2 needed to do. They needed to shut down this A control. If Alfier is there, push him back, at least get his shield off of him. But he's not even here this time. He's waiting for a 1v1 opportunity. He has that ISO ultimate online.
That was so dangerous. The drone expiring just before it catches a couple of members.
But as soon as anybody makes contact around the map, Alpha's gonna pop that shield. He's gonna ult. So if G2 take too long, here it comes. Here's the 1v1.
Alpha and Leaf on the other side. He's got full health. He's got full armor. But how do you deal with the double tap?
It's too hard. Not at this high of a level. Most of the time, the ISO will win that exchange.
On the other, it seems like they're going to try to get out onto the side. Not going to lie to you guys, didn't really see what happened there, but lo and behold, they've managed to get decently far out. You've got the paranoia coming out, the decay as well.
30 seconds
But it's
Surface in
again.
such a good spot, but JonaP just decapitates him. Boaster able to respond at least a little bit. Now a 2v2 as the spike goes down. It's leaving Trent on his own. He's got 2 shots, but position's been given away. Knife out. Shots not settled. And again, Trent has to go. No armor. That's not the right weapon in that position.
Nice.
The defuse will come through, and again, they're going to continue to feed this in Alpha. They want to lean into his ult.
Yeah, he just used it. He already got full 4 ult orbs into that round. And you see the value of the ISO on this map. The way that G2 like to play this composition is to do a little bit of a push and pull. They like to break utility, make teams second guess. But you can't do that if you're getting ulted. Wherever you make noise, whether that was going to be at A, whether that's in garage, he's going to ult you. He's going to take the 1v1. And with his mechanical skill,
Yeah, forget it.
it's over. He has a shield on him.
9-0 so far. And again, more than halfway to having his ult online.
आप इनसे ये मैप
The desk was
नहीं ले
talking
जा
about how
सकते।
Fnatic struggle when they
Fnatic ये
start
मैप
off slow.
नहीं जीतने देगी। बहुत
Or even when
strong
things
is
just
मैप।
don't go their way. Keep in mind against Heretic, they lost a 4v2 to start the match. This time around,
यही मैप ने define
They're
किया
so
था
confident 'cause they
playoffs
won the
Fnatic
4v2.
के लिए
I
जब
mean,
हम
it's
group
perfect.
stages देख रहे थे।
It's a map
ये
that they're
map
familiar
ने
with, a
decide
map
करा
that's
था कि
netted
वो
them a
third
ton of
match में जा रही है।
success. And the beginning of this could not be any better. Couple kills traded, 1-for-1 Leaf with a lighter. Well, lighter weaponry here, just a stinger.
Yes.
But he's the tip of the spear with JonaP close by. They're going to invest the pit into this. Boaster's just waiting on the other side. But
might
Trent
find
is
time.
too. Surely he's been spotted. They've got to know that he's there.
Trent is so far away. Just now
मेरे
gonna
पास
get in
एक
range to
view
use
है
that
कि
Hunter's Fury
G2
if
जो है वो
need be.
कूद गए थे यार।
So they have full A main
अब वो
control.
real है bro।
But the pit is down, and that's going to make this so much more difficult. Leaf's going to fall too. A 2v4 that needs to go the way of G2 for any semblance of hope, and it does not look like that will be the case. What in the world can Trent do? Outnumbered and dead. 6-0 the way of
6-0.
Fnatic, and that's another ISO ult online.
Oh my god।
What a retake from Fnatic. That was a chef's kiss moment. It could be so hard. He still has a clone, he still has a flash if need be. And you can't just not shoot the clone.
Right, you have
All
When that
Fajr,
Viper's pick comes down on
11
Trent's
and
screen, he's
0.
shooting whatever's in front of him.
No death found।
Yeah, he definitely is. He's 11 and 0.
I believe it. I believe it 1000%. Defensive op-out in the hands of Durka.
It's interesting. In the
Okay,
last
and
series,
I
we saw
bet you-
Boaster pick up the defensive
Oh,
op quite a
beauty.
bit.
You guys।
But this time, maybe Durka is feeling it in his own right. And Leaf.
अल्फाजर ने
Oh my
11 kills
gosh.
किए हैं और
He's got a
एक बार
bulldog,
भी
light
death नहीं
armor.
हुई है।
Alpha here again trying to pest him out, but this time the duel goes the way of G2. Now what's the response?
God.
Where do they go from here?
It's going to be aggressiveness down
Spam,
C long for
spam,
Durka.
spam.
He's going to get some info, but his TP is leaning towards A. So G2 need to be very careful right now because they might be running
Spam,
into
bro.
the remaining 3 members of Fnatic.
If they commit to this, they're freezing real.
I mean, this Odin could do so
अभी
much
नहीं
damage against
पता।
light armor.
Yeah,
अभी नहीं पता।
1000%.
You just spray and pray, get a little bit of a collat. Oh, that's why the Killjoy ultimate is invested, but there's still 2 trips to play off of.
Oh,
Chronicle's going
timing,
hunting. He might find the timing.
He's
Timing.
exploring. Valen's
No
there on the other side.
timing.
He's got a spot him,
No
and he does.
timing।
The Stinger up close nets him another win. A 5v2, but again, remember, it's lighter weaponry. It's not great. It's a Bulldog and an Odin. Patience out from Hero. A 2v4 would be devastating. It would be backbreaking.
और ये round थोड़ा मुश्किल हो
Oh,
चुका
Durka's
है
going to
but
save this operator, surely.
I mean, he's got plenty of money.
Wait a second.
The newcomer.
Hero,
Durka's doubling back.
Furthest
you are
Fnatic
fucking
roster.
amazing hero।
He's continued to knock on the door. He's continued to unlock the bolts, and he might be able to swing this back in their favor, but heads up awareness from
But
Trent.
not this time।
Now Durka has no choice but to get out. Not in that
Just
situation.
save the op।
G2 will finally get on the board. I don't know that they can necessarily even upgrade any weapons. They're going to carry over Valen's Odin, but That might be it. Oh, Trent does grab something there.
Yeah, he grabs the Vandal. But
Yeah.
Leaf drops anyways. I guess he only had a Bulldog. It was a light investment from the side of
Finally, one
G2.
round for G2.
But winning that round, that was a must-win round for G2 to get any type of momentum back in their favor.
Not had.
And Leaf
Nah,
winning the
not
head-to-head this
30, no.
time around. Durka, Alpha Year, apologies, couldn't just.
चलो guys,
just couldn't
13 हो तो नहीं
settle the
देख,
shot.
13-0 तो नहीं देखने को मिलेगा. 13-0.
He tried his best at it again. Chronicle's patience there was so nice. Sat there for what felt like an eternity and then just got a little bit too far up. So G2 get on the board. You get that monkey off their back. Now you've got 4 rifles and the Odin to speak of.
Still have the operator on the side of Fnatic though.
Dude, so much aggression. What a combo. Could you imagine if they were trying to take a main there?
Yeah, they would have
They'd be
gotten
dead.
decimated. One-shotted because of that vulnerable that ISO can throw.
And the paranoia out from Boaster. You wouldn't see a damn thing.
Yoru Clone is so good against the Cypher. Breaks all the trips in Alpha. He's
Alpha
going
Year.
crazy right now. It's 1-for-1 though.
Leaf again. Able to clean him up and have his number. Trent pop the ult. Not really going to connect out onto anything. They have a little bit of garage control, but the thing is they don't realize that there's somebody right behind them nipping at his heels. It's Durka again getting as much info as he can. Meanwhile, Boaster's trying to do a bit of the same, but Trent anchored in. We'll clean him up. What's the rest of this retake look like for Fnatic? The drone will create a little bit of space. No ultimates on the side of the attack.
No smokes on the side of the defense either, so it's just going to be complete RNG. That's a good
big
start
one.
though, yeah.
That's a big one, but Leaf's timing. He's given his position away. He's only able to find one. It's going to be Chronicle on his own. A tap of the spike into the swing, and Jonah P will best him. G2 get their second.
Good proactivity after that kill on the flank by Trent. And so far, we've seen Trent. He's sitting all the way back most of the time that G2 get on the site and get that spike planted. They're aware that Fnatic like to use flanks. After that kill comes through, the double flank. Yeah, there's a bit of a whiffage going on from Leaf, but no one's ready for Jonah P in this moment. The numbers game too much in favor.
Alpha just jumps out the window smoke.
Yeah, G2 are going to need to be more aware of the crazy plays that can happen against this basically double duelist comp of ISO and Yoru. I mean, that's another free pick, but I think that'll spam this time around. And the 1-2-3 punch.
They're investing so much into denying this
Yeah.
A-main control from G2.
A-main, mid.
I mean, every single round. If it's either the Decay Shock or it's the Paranoia with the Vulnerable and then the Hunter's Fury, like, they're dumping so much into this area of the map, and I think that makes the game plan very clear. Fnatic walked in with the intention of denying that space, and so far they've done so.
And this is why I'm so surprised that G2 aren't ready for this. This was a set play that Fnatic had already previously ran like 2 or 3 times. Durka walks down mid. Hero swings off of him. Alpha Year, of course, he's just going to
सही
PK.
टाइम पे सही पोजीशन लेना बहुत जरूरी है भाई. सही टाइम पे सही पोजीशन लो, बहुत
This is
अच्छा.
such a hard post plant to play. There's 3 members flanking long. And still an Omen Paranoia for Boaster. It gets committed. Hero just absolutely decimates Valen. And deleted from the server.
And Trent's left in a 1v4. That first shot will go out. The spam coming through will clean up 2. But there's still so much work to be done. Note Boaster did not get it to half. Now finally done so. The classic
Nice one more.
just cannot connect.
Yeah, not enough ammo in that Vandal. And Fnatic taking the disciplined approach, playing all together. Yeah, they get collided through a smoke, but still, it's a 4v1 in that moment. Oh, the turn from the Yoru flash, but this, that's the weird thing, that turret. Leaf thought that it would clear that spot of mid, but Durka, he just knows. He's so aware of what that turret can actually see and how he can finesse around it.
Momentum नहीं lose करना है भाई. हम चाहते हैं 2-0 ही
And that's
करें.
part of the issue is I think not only are they willing to invest so much utility into A-main, but then you've got Alpha filling the space behind it. So yeah, you can try to wait out the shock and you can wait out this, that, and the other, but then what?
Look at this. Another walk down mid, this time with more members. That turret does not clear this box. Leaf, oh my goodness!
He's punished again. First it was Alfir, now it's Durka.
That was such a nasty shot. Off of the jump spot, you have to be so precise to hit that. And right now, if you're G2, it just feels like you can't do anything. You cannot take control of mid. You need to start doing a different turret, maybe through window. But the problem is Fnatic were ready for that adaptation. They had 3 players front B ready to spam window.
Every single corner seems to be considered for Fnatic. He stuck that. He stuck that right into Hero's lap. He's gonna get a second on Valen too.
So risky.
I imagine there was a flash behind it or something. I'm sure we're gonna see that on the replay, but I think the story doesn't change. Jonah P has gotten 3 on the round. He's gonna have to get 2 more. An ace to potentially just get G2 their 3rd round of the half.
Problem is, Fnatic have the spike in full control. They can see it. It's in their sights, and it's a crossfire in garage. This is impossible.
How in the world does Jonah P do that? He can't. This has been near perfect Valorant out from Fnatic.
Yeah, other than the MasterCard Thrifty that G2 got, there was only, what, 1 other round they won? That was, oh my, yeah, that's absurd. That is absurd.
She killed me jump spotting, bro. 4-4.
With a Phantom too.
It's disgusting. Disgusting work.
And there was Hero dealing with what Icy was trying to get backside on.
So limited on what you can do on the Yoru, especially on the attacking side. And Icy, he's sitting at 2 and 10 right now. He's struggling again.
I mean, all of G2 struggling.
Yeah. Oh, man.
This time it's Trent.
Oh, he's
just trying to take the fight right to him. But Alfear, 2 for 3 on the Gulag this map.
Yeah, and off of that, Durka gets all that free space. There's a triangle setup here in A. Has been going everything in favor for Fnatic. But to take all of A control after Alfear wins that 1v1, it allows for Chronicle to have that crazy Hunter's Fury line. If anybody goes garage off the trip, if anybody goes front B off a contact. And that's exactly what happened. That was such a nice set play. Look at this. I mean, it's beautiful Valorant right now.
It takes the entire map away, right? You remove a full third by denying A main space, and then you've got the ult that's just going to deny everything else.
And right now, like I said, I've been so surprised that G2 haven't tried to speed up C long at all, because that has really been the weakest area for Fnatic so far on this map. But they took so long to identify it. And it's just too late at this moment. There's 3 members pushing up A long right now. He's going to have to create a miracle right now with this Guardian.
Meanwhile, Icy's ulting on the other side. They're going to try to accelerate, as you were mentioning, towards C, but you're right, it's probably too little too late, and Leaf has been left with so much to do. Meanwhile, Icy trying to get back sight off of the flashes. Leaf dealt with. The site still up for grabs. Careful. You still have so many members of Fnatic that are playing close by. Icy trying to swing out the Bunky from that distance. Will not connect, but Valen will. How do you deal with Durka, though? Number situation, the pit invested, Trent on the swing, Chronicle dead. And now the pit in play. Can they do anything to get rid of this? He's gonna flip the map, he's gonna get out. Valen's fully TP'd, but finally commits back. Deciding that with Durka dealt with, this is the strong site. Alfear's 20 HP in a 1v3, but they're leaving. They're quietly making an exit.
30 seconds left.
So tense right now. Even with Alpha being at 20 HP, look at the respect that is being given by G2. They understand that he's popping off. They understand that they need this round. They need the 9-3. Oh, that was close.
All 3 members that are up for G2 have taken damage. Some notably worse for wear than others. One benefit is that they're all playing together, so Alfear has to very carefully and cautiously check every single corner. And then there's the Viper wall he has to deal with too.
Yeah, and either way he goes right now, he's going to get swung by Valen.
The tap. Where's the swing? Where's the challenge? Where's the dare? They all want to swing at the exact same time. And G2 will get their 3rd. Fnatic again, I mean, borderline perfect for that entire half.
That's a wonderful half for Fnatic. Alfear was popping off. Durka was popping off. Hero had his moments in the backside of A, or backside of C.
We'll see what G2 can do on the other half of this. Maybe there's hope. It doesn't seem likely. We'll be right back.
Oh, come on.
Let's go. हमने 1 घंटा कंप्लीट किया है आज की स्ट्रीम का, तो हम 2 दिन से मिस थे यार, बहुत ज़्यादा। नेट नहीं चल रहा है, वाईफाई नहीं चल रहा है। 2 प्लेऑफ्स के दिन मैं मिस कर दिए और हम थर्ड दिन आज आए तो यार जल्दी से वीडियो को लाइक करो, सब्सक्राइब करो चैनल। ये वाईफाई जाने से बहुत दिक्कत हो गया। There's the fanatic well, all we know. Yes. Please don't lag. I'll stand up today. सच में भाई अल्फजर ने क्या खाया आज? Hugging my fanatic bundle tightly. Fnatic God pick heaven. हाँ भाई heaven तो नहीं, heaven नहीं जाने देगी Fnatic. Heaven let's go. हाँ काफी टाइम बाद heaven देख रहे हैं. Jumping off, everybody enjoy. Fnatic heaven नहीं हारेगी भाई, पॉसिबल ही नहीं है, बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग है। यही मैप ने डिसाइडर करा था इनके लिए, प्ले ऑफ जो आए ये मैप ने डिसाइड करा। अल्फजर when G2 hit the big red time out पर हाँ 11 किल करी थी उसने और उसकी एक भी डेथ नहीं थी। 11 O था तो काफी अच्छी बात है भाई।
They have the benefit of being the ones to dictate the pace. Now they can really lean into this Yoru Aisu Commentry.
Yeah, and they like to work a lot of garage. They like to work a lot of mid, much like the defensive side that we saw. That
9-3 है, जल्दी क्लोज करेंगे Fnatic
They
ये
made the
मैप
map feel
को और हम
small.
जाएंगे सेकंड मैप बाइंड।
And to be able to do
जो
that
मैं चाहता
on
हूँ कि
three-side
Fnatic
map,
2-0 से
applying
क्लोज
pressure
करे ये
in every
सीरीज को।
single facet of the game is just really impressive.
ये
You
मैप जो है
understand why they're
लोअर
perfect on
ब्रैकेट
this
के लिए
map.
खेल रहे
Exactly,
हैं
and
लोग,
they're playing the
क्योंकि
comp
आप
to its
तो है
strengths. They're going for
लोअर
the duels. They're
फाइनल के
taking
लिए
aggressive
खेल
aim
पाएंगे।
fights. And when their aim is on point like that, it's just
तो
so
ग्रैंड
hard
फिनाले
to
ये
play
नहीं खेल
against.
सकते बट
Now, I
लोअर
will
फाइनल
say
के
that
लिए
Trent,
अपनी
last
पोजीशंस
time
के
they
लिए
played
खेल
this
रहे
map,
हैं।
he was a
थर्ड
big
एंड
key
फोर्थ
to the success of G2 in beating EDG. He had a very, very huge defensive half.
थर्ड एंड फोर्थ
So he's
कौन
gonna
आ
need to
जाए,
step up again.
पोजीशंस के लिए गेम हो रहा है। कल हम
The setup here.
कॉम्पीट
You
होके
can see it, the
देखेंगे
writing is
फर्स्ट
on the
पोजीशन
walls.
और
Any
सेकंड
sort of
पोजीशन के
contact.
लिए। इसमें
Val's got the
सेंटिनल और
flash.
लेविएटान के मैचेस देखेंगे।
Oh, yeah.
And then the fight ensues. The question is, will there be enough of a trigger? Will there be enough to tip the scales?
But this is the Fnatic approach. We're going to contact up mid. Maybe we'll go garage, break the alarm bot, make you have to re-clear that space.
Oh, diving अल्फजर।
And then while all that's happening, look at A-Site.
Yeah, it's up for grabs. It's free.
You take everything.
They can waltz their way in.
And G2, they are known for their retake approach on a lot of maps.
अगर ये राउंड
It's
Fnatic
going to be
जीतती है
tested
तो
here. If they
ये
want
मैप
to try
10
to pull
मिनट
this
में
off.
क्लोज हो जाएगा। 10
They're
मिनट
going exploring
अगर
now.
ये राउंड जीतती है
Across the middle of the map again. Two there.
Oh
Found out Fear
my
again.
God,
Gets
that's-
away with murder.
अल्फजर
Now, are you ready for the
अल्फजर को
second?
क्या
You're
हुआ
not.
भाई?
No way.
आज
And Trent just got spammed all the way in heaven. Look at how
मैंने
far.
कुछ
Look at
क्लिप्स
the
देखी
minimap.
थी
Look at where he got
जो
spammed
सैनिक
at.
he's so
अभी
deep.
क्वालिफायर्स डे 1 डे 2 चल रहा था उसमें अल्फजर को
What a
टाइम किया
pistol
था।
round from Fnatic.
What a map from Fnatic.
This is why they're undefeated on it.
I mean, I'm hard
और
pressed
अभी
to
ये 10 मिनट
identify
में क्लोज
anything
होगा
that
मैप।
you can look and go, oh, they probably should have done that better. Where do you go? Where do you look?
I guess Alpha should have won that second ISO ult that he
Yeah.
got. That's about it.
How dare that guy
Yeah,
not
how
win
dare
every
he?
single ult?
How dare he?
Unbelievable.
Find you.
Leaf is in a 1v3 though. And he gets
Nice
flamed.
round,
Durka.
okay. One more round
Too
for
much for him to
Fnatic.
handle. Fnatic are running away with this one. This is a very fast-paced map.
He's 20-6.
And this is without a shield, by the way. Oh, look at the spam.
Yeah, there's that deep kill you were talking about up in heaven.
Unreal.
And
Shot,
then the layers. There was no way that you'd be expecting Durka in a position
Nice
like that.
Commentry here, actually. That's a really nice idea. That's actually kind of genius.
He's talking about that cam on the post plant that was watching short and long.
अल्फजर 20
They're having
kill.
fun with it, Doug.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't you be having fun if you were up 7 rounds in
I
an
also
elimination
checked
match
the
at
daily,
Champs?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Not this time.
There's really no gun to fight back here for G2, but I think this is just going to continue to be like a styling performance out from Fnatic.
And Alpha almost has another ultimate.
The second round of the half.
He's going to have it for the bonus, and he has a Vandal already.
If we can walk through this unscathed, and then he's got the shield, and then I mean, it's perfect.
The setup is so beautiful, too. Oh, as I say that, the cam gets picked up. So now nobody's looking short A. G2, they're so worried, though. Oh, they're about to be met by Alpha. This guy's about to pop off. Oh, he can't handle the pressure.
In the face of 3, he does fall. No real way to upgrade the weapon. And they're just going to walk into Fnatic's crosshairs again.
Just a hard freeze to the round, and while it's happening, the actual hit is coming through at B. It's just beautiful play right now from Fnatic. I can't stress it enough.
30 seconds left.
Boaster is calling such a good game. Leave. He gets a Vandal.
And he puts it right back down as quickly as he scooped it up. Now Chronicle on the swing back side will clean up the last 2 members. Fnatic get up 11-3.
Yeah, and that's the Vandal grabbed by Boaster as well. So all the good guns that they needed into this round. And they're 1 orb off of the ISO ult.
This is just, again,
it's good awareness from the side of Fnatic. They understand how to play in these anti-eco situations. When you get up numbers, it's pretty likely that the defense are going to try to even it out.
That's whatever.
Yeah, it looks like G2 are just going to have fun with it as well. Maybe just go next map. I don't think Fnatic's undefeated streak is going to end here.
No, 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 I don't think it will. That's some hard-hitting analysis there, Trey.
I mean, bruh.
What in the world can G2 do?
Warm up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what they can do.
Go next.
Try to start hitting some shots.
That's a good start.
There you go. But again, as soon as you kill one, you should expect the other. That's how it's been so far.
And I think the other is on the move.
And I think Leaf has an idea of it too. That's why he picked up the CT area.
They're concerned about it. Alfier's timing.
Timing.
Leaving a little bit to be desired there. They're going to commit to getting the spike down with no real resistance.
Spike planted.
And Alpha's still in this window area.
Leaf's going to clean him up, but how do you expect the other?
Timing,
I mean, again, he was surrounded. He thought he could deal with what was happening B main.
It's done. It's a save from G2. They know they don't have time. And yeah, it's because of the positioning from Chronicle. He basically just slips the net. And yeah, he's on an island there, but he buys enough time for this to happen right here. That spike goes off. It was a great start to the round for Leaf. But Alpha, who just sat in window the entire time, didn't get re-cleared. It's like us, just cut the map in half. Again, it's what you said. It just feels like it's so smothering for G2.
It feels small, yeah. Again, Chronicle's positioning. I mean, in for a penny, in for a pounding of G2. Like, they're up 12-3. What rounds have G2 won? They won the Thrifty in the first half.
Another post-plant round. It was the Viper round they won at the end there.
It's just dire straits.
No pistol rounds. And it's tough. It's tough getting decimated like this because, like I said, like at least if it's kind of close or maybe even a 13-8, 13-9, you get warmed up and you're ready for the next map.
Right. You have something to hang your hat on, if nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. But like G2 are working off of nothing right now. So even so, they want to just try to string a couple at least.
Yeah, this feels like, let's see what sort of moral victory we can get to close out the map. Let's see what sort of benefit we can carry into the next. Because for as much as we've talked about Haven being Fnatic's domain, we're headed to Bind next, and that's a map that G2 are very comfortable on.
Yeah, and Fnatic aren't slouches on it either, but yeah, G2 are extremely comfortable on Bind. We're not quite yet there, but we'll be there shortly.
Yeah, we'll be there real soon.
Yeah.
Real soon. And it's tough to point this out because, again, from top to bottom, G2 have struggled. I see it at 3 and 14.
Yeah, the head-to-head, it's been rough. Even starting on the attacking side on Yoru, sometimes it can feel impossible to entry. That jump spot's going to spot a lot of people.
Hello, off the paranoia. They're going to bait all that out, and yeah, they're going to lose full A main control, but Fnatic wisely accelerating, taking the rest of the map.
They're not even taking the map, they're taking heads. Taking names.
Fnatic up into a 5v3 situation. Boaster again on the prowl, behind enemy lines.
It just feels like there's always somebody behind G2.
There's really nothing that's safe. I know I've mentioned it a couple times, but it feels this way once more. The map feels small. It feels so claustrophobic for G2.
Oh my god, Turkey!
Around G2, a 13-3 stop.
Insane!
And again, really nothing for G2 to hang their hat on.
I mean, that was looking like the last series of
मेरी तो समान बार आ
DRX
गई
versus
है
Trace, a 13-3.
शॉट मारा भाई
Is
इसने
that 13 threes in a row?
I believe, or no, the second map wasn't. Either way, it's been a very one-sided day. We'll see if Bind tells a different story. Maybe we get to Lotus. Who
हाँ भाई
knows? We'll be
वन
right back.
साइडेड तो है बट बूस्टर लेट्स गो गाइस सेकंड मैच जा रहे हैं हम लोग जल्दी स्टार्ट हो जाएगा मुझे लगता है मैं लंच करने जाऊंगा तो स्टार्ट होगा लंच आ रहा है तो देखते हैं अभी क्या बनता है
Hey guys, GB here with Coach Elmo Putty, and absolutely dominating victory for you guys. Haven always seems to be a good map for y'all. But the thing is, you guys are like one of the only, if not the only teams playing ISO at this event. Why do you think this comp, that agent, works so well with the playstyle that you guys have? And well, I mean, can we expect more of it?
I mean, who knows? I won't tell you what else we've got in store, but not every team has an Alpha Shah. I mean, we got Alpha. He knows how to play that agent. I think he's probably one of the best ISO players in the world. I think the other one...
Player. He's always been great, but this is one of the best single maps I have seen from this guy. I mean, to be fair, in EMEA, we see this, we expect this, we've lived through this. We know that the ultimates have a success rate that is out of the chart. With the rest of the team, how difficult it is to go in to see when heroes defended. Like this map, just all in all, it looks so good for Fnatic. We keep asking ourselves, why is it that yesterday you did not want to go here? If you're playing in ranked and you want to lock an ISO, watch his tech. The way in every ult he is sliding to the very edge, peeking out at the last second while his shield is up. It's such a huge advantage to not be able to really be ready for where he's going to swing through. And I mean, it's ridiculous. Just look at the contrast to his last game. 270 damage around.
Free my boy, free my boy. Like what? I mean, his breach, I love it. His gecko, lead way. His raise, world class. But I agree with you guys. Just put him on the ISO every map. What's the worst that could happen?
And the thing is, it's not just that he's a great individual.
I don't know हम क्या situation face कर रहे हैं मुझे
like you're
नहीं
talking
समझ
about, Bea, built up around it. The different ways
आज
they're
थोड़ा सा
walking
stream
down
में
mid,
setup
getting
किया हुआ है
those
क्योंकि
opening
मैंने 2 दिन से
engagements. The way that they're
थोड़ा कुछ
so
issue
much
हो
more
गया था तो
willing
उसको
than
थोड़ा
on some
सा
of their other maps
आया
to
था और
take
उसके
risks
बाद से
and
सारा
be
ये
proactive. There's a lot
बिल्कुल
of
मेरा
logs of
setup
Fnatic
हिल
on
गया
this map out there,
तो
but
आज ये मुझे
G2 still
इतना
looked
दिक्कत दे रहा है
utterly unprepared
मैं
for how
लेट भी था तो
Fnatic
मैं
was
जल्दी
approaching
लाइव
those
आ
opening
गया
fights on defense.
And would you guys be surprised if I said that today's HyperX Reflex goes to AlphaJet and Friends? In his defense,
this round is just all of Fnatic.
But in his defense, the Friends were also doing all right.
Yeah.
I think that it's also very interesting to see Fnatic adapting to a team using the Viper on the other side. We know that, especially
that ISO has a lot of good ideas. I think when you look at this comp, it looks like the biggest weakness is struggling to fight a lobby, but the Decay Shock Dart combos, some of the ult plays they had, it was all excellent to control that area, even against this Viper comp from G2. You couldn't have asked for a better map from a Fnatic who has struggled with the slow starts thus far this tournament.
Well, this is the thing though, it's a best of 3 for a reason, so let's hear what Josh RT, the head coach of G2, had to say ahead of Bind.
All right, everyone, GB down here with Coach Josh RT, and hey, that was a tough loss on Haven, but if there's one thing we know about this G2 team, especially from Shanghai, is that you guys are known for your comebacks. You're known for your resiliency. So what does the team have here to be able to get this job done, be able to force that map 3?
We just got to have unshakable belief in each other. We got to support each other. We just got to believe that your teammates have your back, and that's all it really is. It's a brotherhood. We're trying to make sure our team play shines here, and that's how we're going to get there.
Still confident going into Bind?
Of course.
All right, brother. Always a pleasure, my man. Back to y'all.
Do you know what? I'm also very confident in G2 going to Bind because we talked about this. They get both of their best maps in this pool, and I wouldn't be surprised if we even see a similar scoreline in the favor of G2.
Yeah, and think about what happened yesterday with Fnatic. They lost that first map. They were on the receiving end of the 13-3, right? And they took the second one all the way to OT. That's the kind of resilience that you have to show. And especially on a map like Bind, as we're saying, if G2's going to do it, somewhere it has to be in this map. And historically, it has been in this map.
Yeah, G2 is on a 5-map win streak on Bind. They're basically the only team in Americas left not playing the 100 Thieves comp. They're still subbing out that Sky instead of the Gecko in the mix. But this is really comfortable territory. On their attacking sides, Valen's mid-rounding is really excellent. I think Leaf is providing a ton of value to his team on this map. He's always been good here. And even when we saw it once at Champions against EDG, it was a close game. But G2, I think, were pretty well in control of that one as well. This is the map to bounce back, but I think the question, as always, is after a game that dominant, can they?
I think they honestly can, because on the other side of this, Alfie will not be on the ISO. He should be on the Gecko, and he hasn't had any reps, really. He had 1 game ever on Gecko on any map, and I think it definitely wasn't perfect the last time they played it.
We still have to, you know, keep in mind that even though they came to champs with the composition, maybe they changed it, but no, they're going to be sticking with that Astra. We know that from the past is an agent that Boaster adores, but as you're saying, we think about Alpha, we think also about how Leo used to play this map and how he was an absolute beast. Are they going to be able to keep this up?
This map, I'm looking at since the beginning. What happened at their first showing at an international event when they made it to Reykjavik, went out in the first round of playoffs there. These guys have felt that, but they're a much stronger team from them, and they're really going to have to dig deep now.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Leaf. I think that there's going to be some stopping power that is going to be necessary. I see also on the other side against only one duelist this time around.
Unfortunately, the fate is in their hands. Dog and Baby Bay, this is their best map for a reason.
G2's blade was left dull and blunted on the first map. 13-3 the way of Fnatic. Now we'll get to see how things shake out on Bind. Again, a map that generally has been very strong for them, and the Des mentioned it. There'd be no surprise if it necessarily went the other way with a similar scoreline, Dre.
Yeah, it's always been a solid map for G2 in terms of their macro, but it's also a map where Icy has some really good pop-off moments. He looks so much more comfortable and confident on a map like Bind. He really gets in the enemy's face. He's not afraid to take the double satchels over Truck. Keep in mind, they are starting on the defensive side this time, so they don't have to deal with that defensive side aggression that Fnatic did to them in the last half. But
comfort and confidence will be paramount for G2 as they're fighting for their life, not just in this tournament, but again for the year. Against a team that seemed perfect on Haven. Very little error. We'll see if their attack side Unbind reflects a similar performance.
We'll also see if Alphier pops off on the Gecko. If he's farming and he's getting those orbs like he did on the ISO, that Thrash can be very, very devastating as well.
I mean, we've talked so much about how instrumental of a tool that it can be. Oftentimes seeing it in a bonus and that converting into 3 rounds, 4, you know, snowball into 5, 6.
Yeah, but look at this, Doug. Jonah P. and I believe it's who? Trent.
Yep.
They've gone on a solo mission right now, and they're really deep behind enemy lines.
There's nothing to cover it. The only thing that might catch him is if they decide to turn around. Jonah P on the prowl with, again, Trent over his shoulder. Every single target spotted, every single corner checked. Now, finally, gunfire erupts as Alfier's the first to fall. Hero's going to join in as Chronicle on the swing. Not able to settle. Finally does onto Trent. Delivers on a second. Jonah P down, and now numbers equal.
That's so
थोड़ा सा
insane
नुकसान
that we're
हुआ
in
but उसको
3v3
रिकवर
right now
कर
with how
लिया.
the start of that round went for G2.
The possibility, the ability to capitalize on a moment and to swing things their way. But again, Fnatic on the counterpunch.
Yeah, and Boaster, he's in pocket right now. He has all this space. He's controlling all of U-Haul. The smoke on site to separate. He might go hunting for a play of his own right now.
So it's just tough 50-50 to be in. You can choose to swing in, you can choose to take the fight, or you can tuck inside of it, but be careful, they're gonna check you, they're gonna swing you! Leaf cleans him up, the spike does not get planted. Chronicle's doing his best to frag his way into the round, but time will expire. Yes, another kill comes through for Chronicle, but G2 get the pistol.
Some crazy shots out of Chronicle to even the score. But the nade that Icy held onto from the start of that round, with the time going so low, Fnatic, they were left to their devices. They just couldn't get that spike planted in time. And Boaster, he got caught at the worst moment trying to re-smoke that. This last shot was beautiful. Nice settle on a Jonah P. That was almost really bad, though, for G2.
Yeah, it was.
But now, finally, some confidence going back in favor. And Icy, he got 2 into that round. Sheriff headshot to start off.
He's got the Outlaw this round. A little bit of pace out from Fnatic.
Yeah.
Durka the first
Guys,
to fight with the
enjoy
monkey
करो
in
match
hand.
को मैं आ रहा हूँ.
And when we think about
lunch
behind, we
करके
think
हम
of,
मिलेंगे next half में मिल जाएंगे.
giving up the A
So
side, but
enjoy
playing
करो
back
यार
side. This
stream.
time around, it's Heaven, Spawn, Shower.
That doesn't feel good. That does not feel good. Heroes down, Boaster. Surely not along for this world much longer. 6 HP. Somehow gets away and buys some time. It's upgraded to weapon 2 as a Bulldog in hand.
Yeah, the members are low right now on G2. Look at Valen, 20 HP. Chronicles going for the late flank.
What a bloody mess this would be. But that's a Bulldog down. Flash on the other side as they try to push through the wall. Jonah P on the snap to Alphier, but Durka on the exchange.
It's a stick.
Icy's gotten it to half. He's the last one left standing in a 1v2. With the Outlaw in hand, has found his one. But Durka on the other side with a Bucky again. There's just not a lot of time on this. Durka can swing, but he's gonna hold it. Oh my goodness. The MasterCard Thrifty as Fnatic tie us up.
0.05 seconds. I was praising G2 from their setup, but Leaf, he got absolutely sniped by Alpha, I believe, with a classic. He was in heaven and he got deleted. Gotta see the replay on that.
Surely we get one more look. Yeah, this was a tough spot to be in, and Hero taking one down with them, but that shot out from Alpha is just filth.
Nastiness, and now G2. That's so bad for them. What a round from Fnatic. Stealing it away.
Again, such a desperate need for something to go your way. And the window has been shut. Fnatic now, they're the ones with the gun advantage. They're the ones with the Outlaw. They're the ones with the rifles.
And I was setting it up in the last map. Fnatic are a team that when given a lot of space, they're able to formulate the correct plan most of the time. It's when teams smother them as well. Take the fight to Fnatic. When they're the ones getting headshotted instead. Where they fall apart, they crumble.
You have to step into the ring and you have to be willing to fight. You have to be willing to brawl.
You cannot show this team the amount of respect that G2 is showing them right now. But it's so tough because that's the bread and butter for G2. That's been their success all year long.
You mentioned that this matchup really doesn't seem to favor G2, and at least for now we're tied, but Fnatic looking like we're just waiting for another round to come through.
They have such a good read on everything. They get the first blood most of the time on their attacking rounds. I mean, keep in mind Haven is their map, but
right, sure.
But right now, anti-eco, they get the pick. They freeze. They don't rush the plan. They set late flanks up like this. And then once they start getting confident, I mean, Alpha, he's just going to try to get his ultimate online. 2 orbs off of it. 1 away now from that Thrash. Chronicle 1 away from the Viper's Pit.
And the most devastating part of all that is that they all upgraded weapons. They're all carrying rifles into the next.
Yeah, their economy is insane right now. It's what happens when you win a Thrifty the way that they did.
And then convert the next with really no disadvantage.
And the economy for G2, once you guys see it after this replay, you're going to see it's an absolute shambles. That's why you see Boaster buying the Outlaw. He knows that a lot of players on G2 are going to have light armor.
It's only Valen with full armor here. The biggest investment, the greatest spend.
And that's so hard to play against because once they figure out that Boaster has one, I mean, it might be too late. They might have an entry onto the actual site. So it's this two-pronged approach again, this contact style on Fnatic's attack. One person will walk up, the other one will hold an angle for him, and they'll gather space like that.
Playing anti, and Chronicle just plays his position perfectly.
Beautiful. They were so ready, and now, yeah, what's the reaction?
Oh! That's a hell of a reaction there.
Yeah.
Val not taking any damage, dealing with the Outlaw, and tying things up at 4. The pit's still in play for Chronicle, though. And you mentioned that at the end of the previous round, Alpha 1 away from his Thrash.
Yeah, if he can get that B long. That should be a free B site. But it's going to be...
Durka's got to be careful here. There's a lot of lean towards B. If he tries to take the TP, they have lost sand. We'll see if Hero can do anything about it. The Prowler attempt to pave the way, instantly cleared out. There's Alpha's Thrash. Now they can go forward. Now they can commit.
Really good molly to delay, but Chronicle spams Trent in the process. And he's just going to clean up house.
He's gotten 3 on the round already. The spike down, the Thrash back up online, and Icy and Valen left to answer a miserable question. Do you try to go for this?
It's 4v2.
Do you save?
Oh, this was bad last time around for Fnatic, but Chronicle, he's taking things into his own hands. He has 4 to the round, and Durka will clean it up. Again, nothing going the way of G2. The pistol round, it looked promising, but even so, with that late flank that they had, they still made it even numbers. They really have to fight for every inch. Oh, he was full blind.
Dude, I thought he was playing anti with how clean that was. Forget it.
He was in the beginning, but sometimes it just goes your way. The follow-up, though, is what was most impressive. A true one-man army on the site.
Yeah, I would say that was nice. I must agree with Durka there.
And although it was Alpha popping off and Durka popping off in the last map, Chronicle, he was kind of quiet. He's now sitting at 10-2. Didn't even need to commit that Viper's Pit.
Not a bad performance at all.
And he probably won't commit it this round either.
There's no reason to, really.
It'll most likely be a very slow approach, seeing for any type of aggression G2 does. 2 Stingers, 3 Sheriffs across the board. Some ult economy working up towards G2. So not all is lost. It's just an info game now, Durka. He has an idea.
Dude, they read the bait.
Yeah, he's sniffing it out.
Jonah P was supposed to be the trap.
But with those 2 players being seen in hookah, that's what causes the speed up in short A, but it's still a contact approach. Now the pop. He's going to be able to pick that one up. The delay on A.
They realize they don't have full showers control because, again, of Hero's positioning and because of his utility. Boaster, careful now. Again, almost getting caught in utility, realizing that he's being hunted, he's being pushed, he's being pressed, and he's been dealt with.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, he got caught out sleeping.
I mean, but again, such a small victory in light of every other devastating defeat. Hero again finding 2 quick kills. They've kept this one competitive. Sure, they're tied at 3 apiece. Then just as quickly as I say that, the advantage goes the way of Fnatic.
Yeah, the mid-rounding from Boaster, it's been very good the last couple days. Yeah, yesterday they lost, but the stuff he was doing on Abyss, the decisions he was making, really got them back into it.
A map that they felt like they should have been able to get away with. Any attempt at a retake is instantly stuffed. It's squelched, it's stymied, it's completely obliterated.
The around the world strat.
Take a look at it one more time. Again, Boaster was caught in a position, and again, there was just this tiniest of windows where we thought G2 might be able to catapult this into an advantage of any kind. But the response from Fnatic.
Nice listening to me, boys.
See, that mid-rounding that I was speaking of. He's hit a flow state right now. He might not be at the top of the scoreboard. He's quite the opposite of that, including the last game. But it doesn't matter when you're winning stuff 13-3. And now you're up 4-1 against G2 on one of their best maps.
It's still early in this stage of the tournament. But remember, this hardware has what's been so elusive to Fnatic in their time together. If they keep playing like this, I mean, it might be high time.
Yeah. And they're picking the right site right now. Just now the rotation made it in from Trent. But it's so hard to hold against this double initiator comp.
Dude, the C's nade was Nidus. Durka knew exactly where he was going to be. They popped the ult. He's going to find another. Trent falls. Icy's going to try to exchange with his own. Waiting for the right time to strike. Pulls the trigger. Does connect onto Durka. Just a sliver of health to his name. Now disposed of. Nade's going to separate things for just a moment. Again, keep a close eye on Icy's position. Val, no smokes. He's got the molly, and he's caught with utility out. Terrible timing. Can Icy deliver for G2 with Boaster on the other side? Yes, he can. A 3K for him as the defuse comes through, and G2 get their second.
The problem is it's ugly for G2. Icy, it is good that he's stepping up big in this moment. I said he's very comfortable on this map. He's very confident. But it was so hard fought. It's not consistent to rely on him like this. So yeah, it will be G2's second round win. But off of what? Off of heroics. Seems like G2 are getting caught in these weird moments. Valen with a molly out. He heard Alphair use that Gecko Flash.
One round at a time has to be the approach. It has to be the mentality for the #2 seed from Americas. 4 ults to speak of on the defensive side. And they're big ones.
And Fnatic, they're going to run it back. They like what they saw last time around. Durka gets a freebie on the Leaf. Not close enough with that judge. And now it's the follow-up. I mean, Jonah P has to give.
Durka with a lot to deal with. And not able to find any of it. Trent's positioning was really nice. Jonah P on the swing. This feels a lot more brawly. This feels notably more bellicose. But again, advantage Fnatic. A deep hit now that they're going to attempt to counter, but Valen will crumble. Under the weight of the moment, under the dominance of Fnatic.
Fnatic are making G2 look so uncomfortable. They're making G2 play a different game that we're not used to seeing, Doug. They don't look controlled. They don't look poised. They look like they're rushing things, rushing steps even. And it's all because of the way that Boaster is calling. There needs to be a timeout for G2. They need to gather their bearings. Because Fnatic, if they keep going in this exchange, they're going to take this one away. It might be another 9-3 half.
G2 decides to leave hands off the wheels for now. Josh not calling a timeout.
You could really feel the weight of the moment getting into the head of G2.
And early flash on the swing. Yeah, they have a little bit of space sand, but nothing really to do with it.
And the thing is that they get that space, and Fnatic will take space elsewhere.
Yeah.
It's very reactionary.
The pendulum may swing one way, but Fnatic will quickly take what's given to them. I think the other alarming thing to consider is G2 dumped almost every ult they had into that previous round. Durka now satcheling up, perched over the site, trying to stare into heaven's window.
No one's holding his U-Haul right now. I guess I say that as Chronicle picks it up, but they're ahead of that.
Now he realizes where they're coming from.
Icy's been so good on this map. This nade Molly combo.
Again, there's futility in trying to stand in front of the utility. They're instantly flushed out. 3 members stunned. No need to swing. They can take the fights exactly when they want them. As soon as you have attention drawn one place, the hit comes from elsewhere.
This Fnatic, they look insane. This is the #1 seed from EMEA.
They look like it. They're playing like it.
Yeah, they're playing so together. It's something that I praise G2 for doing quite often.
I mean, that's their calling card usually. But the truth is, Fnatic have taken that approach, they've added their own flavor to it, and they're obliterating G2 with it.
The individual playmaking for G2, it's just not there. But even so, the team play isn't there either.
Yeah.
I mean, keep in mind of the retakes that we've witnessed previously in these rounds. It's been scattered. Valen running out CT alone into a Viper's pit while there's 2 players in hookah. They're not really playing off one another like we know that they do normally. But it's all because of the way that Fnatic is playing. They're making them very uncomfortable in these situations. Corralling them in a U-Haul in that moment, not giving these free picks. And I see he stepped up, but it's just not been enough.
There's got to be more. There has to be more on the side of G2. And so on the eve of the 9th round, they call a timeout. Josh decides to get involved in the conversation and see what he can do. It's been a stomp. It's been another borderline perfect performance from Fnatic.
He's got to be telling them as well, not like this. We can't go out like this, surely.
With every round that passes, the sun sets a little bit more on G2's dreams and hopes and aspirations of lifting the championship trophy. Opportunities are running thin.
Yeah, a team that's been getting 3rd consistently, 2nd in an A consistently.
I mean, to be on the podium in Shanghai and to bow out like this after a brutal stomp from Fnatic would be just devastating. But the truth is, again, Fnatic have just played perfect.
So this time around, it will be a Viper's Pit committed into B long by Leaf. Usually the reaction of teams is to either flip from hookah or just go towards A. G2 have the fighting squad here. Valen, Icy, and Trent. And they're really aggressive and short. But there's pings. There's pings from Fnatic to clear out close areas.
Alfear 1 point away from his Thrash. The Prowler spotting the first. That crossfire is going to get dealt with.
Icy stuck. He uses a satchel, but he doesn't get out.
He uses the second one to try to find safe passage, and somehow, by the thinnest of margins, manages to survive.
But that's no satchels now to cut the ice, to cut the cake on the retake.
We'll see if they even get that far. Fnatic calling a freeze into the round. The second Prowler through. Chronicle was glowing Phantom, pushing his way forward for Fnatic. Eye goes out, Wingman goes through. Plant not committed yet. They're going to try to flip back. Not fully convinced that they like what they see. Additionally, they've left Chronicle.
Oh, barrel seen. Jonapi takes out Boaster.
That's a punish. How much more can they find? Leaf with 2, make that 3. A great response. How Chronicle was planted over A is left alone.
It was good calling from Boaster.
10 seconds
He was just a little too far ahead. The barrel was seen by Jonapi on site, and that was enough for Leaf to just absolutely mow down everybody jumping out of hookah. But the call was good. Boaster baited the rotation from Trent back over to A off of the tap of the spike. The transition with the TP was good. The execution just wasn't quite there. But again, it feels like it was heroics. Felt like Leaf really had to pop off in this moment. If Leaf falls early, if he goes 1 for 1.
He doesn't do that.
If he goes 1 for 1, I think Fnatic take that round. They're just playing as more of a unit right now. It's way more cohesive.
Little bit of an aggressive look toward Showers.
Oh, he's going to get detained here.
Alfear's here, and you're right, he's got the Thrash.
There's even a tether being held out.
There are 3 here. This could be devastating.
And Astra Orb is going to be on the left side as well if they actually want to commit into Showers. This is a really nice setup.
First ping on the minimap, there's the eye. Cleared. Icy's position still concealed.
That is 2 smokes baited out in 30 seconds of this round, though. So Fnatic, they're aware that for the retake, G2 only have 1 Brim smoke left. That'll give them the opportunity to contact up short, because if that smoke is used too early on, G2 will not have enough utility to stall the plant.
So it leaves Valen in such a miserable condition and position. When does he invest it? There he decides to. The
But he has nothing else. Valen's gonna die. Oh, that was so close.
Just barely finding the safe space amongst all the lava. Icy tucked in the smoke, the nade, the satchel. He's buying time. He's trying to delay as best as he can. Trent able to get 2. Icy on the swing. Durka there. Satchels exchanged. And it's only 2 on the side of Fnatic now. Holy smokes. He does that, and now he's got the ult. Icy so weak. Durka gets another. A 2v3. This was a 2v5, if I'm not mistaken. If they can convert this, what in the world will be left? Boaster spotting 1. A 1v3 left to convert. Confidence from the captain as he delivers another. Can he find clarity in the calamity? No! Jonah P saves the day for G2.
Boaster's always so close, but he can never finish. But what a round from Trent. He got 3 in CT. And Jonah P winning the head-to-head. Full steam forward, full confidence ahead. Look at the spam. Great spray control. And this time around, G2 did a really good job of holding back sight. Durka, he almost brought this one back.
Boaster almost brought it back too. I mean,
yeah. No, this pre-fire one tap was cold. We didn't get to see it.
It doesn't have to be pretty. Yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty, and it hasn't been for G2. Let's not mince words here.
Let's keep it a buck.
But they still find themselves within 2 rounds.
Yeah, finally bringing it back, getting some momentum back in their own favor. Icy can't connect, but he has a showstopper of his own. If it's a commit onto this B site, that showstopper's gonna do some mad damage.
What lights the fuse, though? What's the primer? Gen P on the swing, spotting 2 here. Leaf has been dealt with, but Icy, the firing squad over his shoulder.
What a great trade from Icy.
Able to equalize.
It is 1 for 1, though. Every time G2 go down numbers, they double up towards this A site. They'll push together, whether that's short. This time around, it's going to be Showers. But they're so spread.
3 cheating towards a short, and they've invested the Seekers here.
Yeah.
They've been starved, they've been deprived of information.
They don't like the silence.
It's deafening. Hero now, position given away. He's been spotted, he's been cleaned up. Cautious now because Boaster's gonna be on this late flank. Is there anything to spot him? Is there anything to stop him? Just a bit short of being the hero that Fnatic needed in the previous round, and he might be able to clean it up. Icy choosing wisely to hold onto the rocket for just a bit longer, not connecting. Again, Boaster on the flank, taking his time, patiently prowling his way forward, and playing everything to near perfection. Another kill found. As Durka's gonna join in on it, they've got to deal with him. Trent's gotten it to half, but that's all it can be so far. As Valen's left alone, he's gonna get dropped. Fnatic gets to 7 as Durka gets 3.
What a reflank from Boaster, getting a pick, making sure that Gecko cannot defuse the spike, and Durka coming up huge. 16 and 6 for the lad. He hasn't slowed down since last map. And when you think of Durka, you think of great raise plays. You think of bind as well. And this is the attacking side he's doing this, where he has to be the entry. But it's actually in the mid to late round where he's finding most success.
Outlaw in the hands of Boaster. For good reason, light armor on 4 of 5 members for G2. Between that and the Guardian, there's so many things I could punish. There's so many things I could hurt.
Fnatic have done a really good job of trying to identify where their aggressiveness is from G2 in these rounds, in these early rounds. And Boaster has done a great job formulating a plan in the mid round. Look at this. They're abusing the B-Long Viper Orb. They're so far ahead of this. They should be aware that it's going to be a hookah walkdown, or players at least corralled in hookah.
Yeah, I mean, Boaster's going to see it, or at least he almost had a timing on it. Heroes in such a brutal spot. They know that he's there. He's been dealt with.
The speed up on B site, though. The spike should get planted.
And now they can go ahead and try to take back site. If Durka really wants to, he can push all the way into spawn. It looks like it's exactly what he's doing. Trent has to be careful. He's
not playing.
He's going to be the first on the swing. And he just can't stand up to Durka.
Just so unaware. They're aware that Chronicle is here, though. Valen made contact with him, but the timing.
Icy. Stomping like a Clydesdale around the way as Chronicle gets two. And now the Cosmic Divide has torn them asunder. Separated. Silenced. How do Leaf and Valen get back into this? Look at Alfier's position. It's gorgeous. Posted up on the other side of the wall. All the info he could possibly gather, but Valen.
His barrel was sticking out.
He's gotten it down to a 2v2 to close the half. A tap of the spike, but it's not committed. Leaf just walks into his death. Valen on the tap. No real way to pull this off. He's gotten it down to one, but again, time is short. He's got to commit to this, but he runs away. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Fnatic hit 8.
Another great half called by Boaster. It's not 9-3, but 8-4.
I mean,
you'll take it.
It's damn close.
And it felt like they were in the driver's wheel the entire time. Look at that little barrel. Unfortunate, but it didn't even matter.
Oh my god, Van.
I mean, maybe there's one more blunder, I guess. Either way, Fnatic up big. We've got Josh Art's parents standing by on the stage right now for an interview. Take it away.
Hello, everyone. Jen Lee here, standing with Josh Art's mom and also his auntie to talk to them about today a little bit. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Now, Mama RT, Josh actually said he's extra nervous today because you are here supporting him. And you know, what's it like watching your son perform and leading the team at a big event like this? 어머님, 감독님이 사실 오늘 가족이 와가지고 너무너무 떨린다. 그리고 이제 뭔가 내가 일하는 모습을 인정받고 또 보여드리고 싶기 때문에 너무 기쁘다는 얘기도 하셨거든요. 좀 이렇게 아드님이 팀을 이끌어가는 모습 보니까 어떠신가요?
너무 감동이고 장하고 반대했던 저희들이 너무 부끄럽고 예, 그렇습니다. 예.
Well, I am just so moved. I am very touched. I'm so proud of him as my son. And you know, it's a shame that we said no when he first said he wanted to work in esports. Now, you know, it's weird for parents, though, of course, to see their children, you know, jump into esports industry, wanting to work in esports. So what was he like as a kid? And, you know, talk to me about how hard he's been going after his dream of working in esports. 반대하셨다고 하잖아요. 사실 부모의 입장에서는 처음에 e스포츠에 이렇게 일한다고 했을 때 좀 받아들이기 쉽지 않으셨을 것 같아요. 이제 아드님이 얼마나 열심히 해왔고 꿈을 쫓아왔는지 좀 설명 부탁드릴게요.
이 게임에 대한 비전을 항상 버리지 않았고 나이가 먹었음에도 불구하고 계속 그 꿈을 가지고 있었어요. 그리고 특별히 이 발로란트 게임이 나왔을 때 정말 관심을 많이 가졌고 그리고 우리 자슈한테 정말 맞는 게임이었어요. 그래서 계속해서 그 관심을 갖다 보니 지금 이 자리까지 온 것 같아요.
He was very, very passionate about esports. Always, he's been chasing his dreams. And even though when he got older, he just never lost that vision and the passion about gaming itself. And when Valorant came out, we thought, oh, this was the perfect game for him. And it's the fact that he kept pushing himself to chase his dream, make his dream come true, that kind of enabled him to be here leading the team today. So I'm super proud of him as a mom. Well, thank you so much, and good luck to you two and Fnatic.
Always good to hear from family members in positions like this. I mean, the reality of the matter is, though, G2 are in a position for dreams to become nightmares. If they cannot convert on this attack half of mine, their year is done. Meanwhile, Fnatic, Masters and Commanders of their fate.
They've been taking the fight to G2 all series long. Jonah P's gonna get caught here. He's dead. He's done.
He has no idea. A quick tap, assassination style. Never knew it hit him.
And look at how slow G2 are to make a decision. They want to take the teleporter.
But they decide in that moment, just briefly, to dig their heels in and turn and fight. And so that equalizes things for at least just a little bit of 3v3 Alfie with 2 HP. Trent not much better off. A stiff win cleans up both. Do they realize how close Hero is? Valorant's the first to fall. They're gonna have to attempt to fight for this retake. Boaster now joining the fray. He's healthy too with a ghost in hand. Silence, just a moment of pause as G2 realize this is a desperate need to pull off this pistol, and it's gotten down to 1. Trent is so weak. Boaster left in a 1v1. A catastrophic call to arms for G2.
Will this be the one, Doug?
Boaster's gotten it to half. The spray coming through, 40 HP again, just a tap, just a dare. There's the swing, he spots the heal. He's nipping at it, but again, the timing, the position from Trent is gorgeous. The kill comes through for Boaster, but the round for G2.
What a round.
And the second pistol round as well on top of it.
Fight time pe khela
Good
G2 ne.
proactivity from Fnatic.
Acha round hai.
But they couldn't settle.
Remember though, this is where disaster struck in the first half. Yeah, they got the pistol. It was messy, but it worked. And this is where things changed.
And I almost want to see G2 take a more aggressive approach to this anti-eco. I don't think they will, Doug, because they're not a team that likes to really do that and take risks in a round when you don't need to.
Pressure hai hi nahi Fnatic
But it really feels like they need to make
एक
some
round
magic
वो
here.
adjust कर लेंगे.
They need to really start feeling it.
Durka with the
2-0 हो रहा है guys.
2 satchels.
जल्दी से 2-0 हो रहा है.
Armor, 18 and 8. Chronicle falls, Alpha Year does too. And so far, G2 with a much better attempt at holding the line.
And 2 rounds shown now that G2 like to do a 4-1 heavy lean towards B. This is all conditioned.
Game OP 2-0 हाँ भाई हो रहा है.
Next round, maybe you'll see a change of pace. Maybe a look towards showers. But for now, it's just a freeze of the round, using Sky utility for more info. It's timing. Is Boaster gonna find it? Barely misses it.
Hero just eyed back showers, didn't tag anyone, including Leaf. So now he can fill in on the space behind him. If they want to commit to B, they can, but they can also take the T. Well, I guess they can't anymore.
Yeah. Just letting Wingman plant that.
Yeah, now Leaf on the move.
And the contingency plan of him as well, just as he said.
Heavy numbers from G2 back towards B. There was that first satchel, still one more to try to propel him back into stealing another round away from G2.
And this is where G2 shine. They get the spike planted. It's the post-plant scenarios. The cycle of utility, the fighting together.
Nice.
Leaf also getting a kill on the Boaster from the
दो
flank.
round पीछे है
That's
G2
going to
अभी.
live rent-free in the rest of Fnatic's head. Now they have to be worried. Yeah, it's only an anti-eco, but still. Every round moving forward, when you see the main pack of G2, you're going to have somebody staying, holding for Leaf. So it was a little bit of aggression towards B long, but ultimately a freeze. And free picks going their way.
Turkey के लिए थोड़ा tough था.
A lot of light armor on the side of Fnatic. That's why you see the Outlaw invested by Leaf, and he's deadly with this weapon.
Their money's in such a good spot too. I mean, if they can convert this, we might
ये
have a
round
game on our
convert
hands.
करेगी Fnatic क्योंकि buy round है और उनका bonus है तो करना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे.
That's that look I was telling you about in showers, the change of pace, the new look. Sky shown towards B the first 2 rounds.
Now the dog out A.
Yep, that keeps 3 members of G2 of Fnatic towards A site. But it's a heavy lean B. That spike is right there.
They hear him there. And Alfier gets enough info. They realize they hear the stimmy. They know they're coming.
Yeah, let me get out of here. That's what he's saying right now. Trent went off a Thrash. But there's nobody towards the A side of the map right now for G2. So if they go back, there's going to be a lot they need to clear.
He's got to be careful. That Prowler did not connect, but Leaf has made a lot of noise. Boaster should know that he's here, but he's so careful, so quietly and so cautiously cutting up at the angle as he tries to swing. Boaster's still in a really good spot, though. Is there anything to flush him out? They don't have the dog. He does have a flash.
You're going to have to wait these smokes out, but he's just going to cycle them. The power of Astra is what we're seeing right now.
As it goes down, bullets erupt off the stun. No passage in, no safety found. They've got Boaster controlled. They've got him cornered. They've got him cleared, and now there's going to be a fight through the other side of the TP. What can Leaf do? Is in such a brutal spot with an outlaw in hand. Jonah P is going to join him. The Thrash clearing back out elbow. Don't think that connected. Yeah, Alfie are still in a really good spot. Look at Icy's position. As soon as he gets on the move, there may be something going on here. It's Trent trying to keep them back. Durka will fall. And now they push. They're trapped in the telly.
Upgrades across the board. They're going to have to sit in this teleporter for as long as they can, but if you look at the minimap, look at Icy. He's going to flank him.
At least enough to open the door.
And that's an upgrade for the Bulldog.
He can Roomba his way through the TP. That's exactly what he's going to do. The door will open. Oh no, it trolled him a little bit. The angle wasn't great. Chronicle might survive this. They did their damnedest, but it wasn't enough. The angle on the Roomba is what doesn't open the door, and that's why Chronicle keeps the gun. Look, they needed
tiniest of margins.
They needed the bonus, and they got it.
Yeah, we have a game on our hands now.
Gotcha.
You can never truly count G2 out, especially on a map like Bind. As dominant as that attack half was for Fnatic.
I hit him 70.
They almost made me forget for a second who G2 was as a team.
The reminders will have to keep coming.
Look at this investment from Fnatic. 4 Buckies. Oh, he's in there.
The goop just obfuscates everything.
Bro,
There's no way for him to know. There was no way for him to go.
He couldn't do anything at all. It'll be Alfier who just walked all the way down B long. But Valen, he's holding the flank.
Chronicle the only one with a weapon, and now that sits harmlessly on the ground in showers.
Deleted.
This is such a patient, disciplined freeze. This is, I mean, this is G2 Valorant right here.
Show some utility, take control of whether the previous anti-eco was B long this time. Take control of short A. Freeze the round, wait for a walk-in.
They must be cautious here. That flash did not tag, but the Outlaw will. Boaster tried getting into a position to punish, but he could not succeed. And so now G2 again are in a position where they, I mean, barring something going really sideways, they can carry even more of these weapons over. The finances will continue to boom.
Look at the economy right now. They're going to have a couple players hitting max cash.
Yeah.
Probably invest in shorties every single round. So good on a map like this where there's a lot of smokes, a lot of Viper orbs you can play off of. Alfie, I heard that reload. He's trying to cheese this kill onto Leaf, and he just might do it.
There's the wall. There's the snap. Alfier's down. Leaf's now 3 away from having his ult. And Hero falls.
Yeah. And honestly, Fnatic are a team that likes to buy a lot of light armors. They like to invest in rounds just like this. And that's why you're going to see Leaf using this Outlaw and trying to punish that a lot more.
Durka was in such a miserable spot, man.
Yeah.
Roomba, he pops a satchel, and then he can't see it.
Where are you going to go?
Equalizer तो आ गया है भाई.
Yo, zero doubt.
अब इस मैच को
We're winning this game. Let's go. Get me the load.
Fnatic हार जाएगी.
Yeah, they can feel it in the server right now.
क्योंकि time out ले लिया.
Brewing.
It's a swing of momentum. And the first time out of this map for Fnatic, who suddenly kind of feel like they're on the back foot.
Yeah, Elma throwing the brakes on the situation, choosing to slow things down. And again, an opportunity for Josh to talk to his troops.
And this is just a byproduct of what happens when you lose the pistol, you lose the bonus. I mean, they've lost both pistols on this map, something that they won on both in the other. The IGLing so far from Valen, it's been pretty awesome on this attacking side. He hasn't really had to do anything too special, but just the conditioning, the game plan on that attacking half, showing a lot of pressure towards B with the Sky, on the bonus showing towards Showers, keeping 3 players towards A, that opened up the ability to convert that round and put them in this spot where it's a tie game. And Valen, he's sitting on a Brim ultimate. He might cook some players. Alfier, the only one on the opposing end.
Boaster's got his ult. Yeah, you're right. Boaster's a little bit away from, you're just one away from having his. We'll see what they dial
ये
up.
round
See that
बहुत
orb
crucial है
instantly go
Fnatic के
through. A
लिए,
little
ये
bit of
round
presence
जीतना
from
पड़ेगा
Fountain From G2.
क्योंकि अभी तक
Hero, he
G2
was
ने
trying to block
बोनस
that
ही
orb,
यूज
but he
किया
just
अपना
couldn't get
बाय
there in
किया
time.
ही नहीं है यूज
Not able to hit the headbutt. A
फिर
recall
से hardly
smoke
pick गई
results in a
but
kill on both
कवर
sides.
कर लिया उसे 1-1-1
Kills like that usually tend to favor the attacking
4v4
side, being long
है
space
अभी भी।
gathered.
That's so nice from Boaster, understanding all of the space that's been taken and realizing that that's their weak spot. Valorant has to be careful here. He's going to try to get across. They hear him. They know he's there, and they're going to try to cut him off. There he is. He's been spotted. He's been dropped.
That's the
Timing
cue to take
burns
B site though,
bro
and they're gonna flip.
अभी एडवांटेज है यहाँ पे
They're not
Fnatic
out
के
of this
पास
just yet.
A 4v3 the way Fnatic, and again, Alfier's got his thrash.
Oh my
Such a
god
powerful tool in the retake. The thing is, it's from really far back. G2 showing a lot of respect here.
Yeah, no real value gathered from that thrash. He might be able to pick it up though, and Wingman could get on the spike.
The Mosh will buy a little bit of time to deny some of the flood out if that's what their attempt was. Dizzy over the top, tagging a couple.
But it's not halved. It should have been halved.
When do G2 go? They might not get the chance. Jonah P gets dealt with.
nice यार
A great retake.
nice Fnatic
Using that thrash to identify if anybody's playing up close or in sight.
भाई लोगों ने
The
क्यों
fake
इतना बैक साइड खेलने का
prowlers to clear out all of
ट्राई
hookah.
करा एक बंदे को साइड पे
And
रहना
then from
चाहिए
there, it was a never-ending cycle of damage utility onto the actual choke, where any members of G2 could actually kill the diffuser.
That trade out from Hero at the beginning of the round, you mentioned it, it tends to favor the attack, but when you're able to dispose of one and then you have Valen on the rotate, who gets dropped, doesn't have the ult to really be able to contribute or do anything like that, that's just such a massive advantage.
I feel like Valen in this map specifically has been getting caught out with his utility out quite a bit.
Yeah. And for as much as we saw Boaster almost getting punished in those exact same situations, he managed to stay alive.
Yeah.
The opposing IGL not nearly as fortunate.
All for the timeout. It was an answer back from Fnatic. Can they maintain this pressure?
They're going to try to accelerate here. A blistering pace as they've invested the ult back towards U-Haul, and that's going to flood him out. The problem is they haven't taken back sight.
And another problem is there was no delay.
He's got to know. They have to know that there's a flank, but are they expecting two? Jonah P has been asked to make a stand. Can he deliver? He's going to spot the first, but he can't clean him up. Can Icy do what his teammate could not? No!
Oh my god,
Another
Dake.
round dominantly going the way of Fnatic. What can Leaf and Trent do? They're going to invest the pit? Such a disadvantageous situation, and now they're going to invest the showstopper on the other side, and it's all on to Leaf. Still trying to play around the pit, and he can't find safe space
One
in.
more round for Fnatic. Let's go.
A costly round.
Yeah, such a big
2-0 हो रहा है
investment.
guys. 2-0
It
हो
does
रहा है.
get kind of close there, but a 4v2. Dirk had the showstopper to match the Viper's pit. And nobody dropped from Fnatic either. A little bit of a free kill there again on the Valor.
आज player of the match यही बनेगा भाई. Alpha.
Maybe they dropped one, but honestly, every single advantage has gone the way of Fnatic.
Alpha ही
The
बनेगा
last
आज player of the
timeout
match.
is about to be used from G2.
I missed who he was talking about. It's probably better that I don't know.
I think it was the head-to-head against either, I think it was Trent or Icy. Who, I don't know who it was in
Time
that
out आता
moment.
हुआ G2 की तरफ से.
He's basically saying that they're nervous. And in that interview, you know, we heard them say, you know, Josh is nervous because his parents are here, but now he has to be nervous about Fnatic winning those back-to-back rounds. That's why there's the timeout.
Fnatic has given Josh 3 reasons to be nervous right now. Nerves that are infinitely greater and infinitely heavier than any other nerve that's been weighing on him up until this point. Fnatic have hit 10.
And he could be saying all the right things right now, but it's not on him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
G2 need to execute if they want to stay in this, bring it to a map 3.
Meanwhile, Durka's very quietly put up 21
Let's go.
and
Time
11.
out खत्म हो चुका है. Let's go.
Chronicle, who started off, what, 10-2, he's still up there, man.
अब सिर्फ
And now we
10
have an
मिनट है.
operator online.
ये मैप क्लोज करेंगे Fnatic.
Durka, he was looking very snappy on Haven.
all of Fnatic has looked snappy, to be honest.
I will say G2 are a team that tend to do very well against operators.
So they bully Hero off this initial angle. They get Trent his ult. Now what? Where do they go from here? There's that op creeping forward, holding the line. And now they freeze around this. They've gotten Dirk in a really good position. Now they can play the rest of the map the way they want.
Yeah, you can almost heavy lean towards A like you're seeing on the mini-map. The problem with Bind is Hookah, it's wide open. When you don't run a Sentinel, you kind of need a player there for peace of mind. Boaster's kind of reading into it, though.
Yeah, the orb goes up, and Chronicle realizes there's a real good chance of someone on the other side. A couple of warning shots delivered, but responded to.
Yeah. And with no utility being invested from the attacking side, Boaster has to double back. It's going to be a slow re-clear of this hookah area.
Yeah, and you mentioned just a couple moments ago that this is the weak spot. This is what's unclear. Dirk has gotten a little bit further up.
Had he had done that, what, a second ago, he probably gets one?
Yeah.
Isn't that insane?
The interesting thing here, too, is it's all of this duelist utility that's intended to make noise, but he's got to find safe passage out. What a snap from Icy. Where do they go from here, though? They can try to lean back to the other side of the map if they want. Alfie, our spotting wingman, with Spike in hand, will fall. 13 seconds left. They've burned this candle down really low. Can they flood behind it? The spam coming through. Trent's dead, but the Spike down.
Oh my.
The attack in an advantageous position. Icy on the swing, but Leaf on the kill. Boaster and Hero left standing, and they've gotten it down to 2. Hero cannot stand any longer. He's left Boaster by himself with ult in hand in a 1v2. And then he still has to get the Spike defused, trying to very carefully play every single position. Face checks the smoke. Valen gets the kill. G2 get 9.
Doug, what an entry from Icy in that moment. Durka peeks into him with the operator. You think it's going to go in his favor, but he gets sat down. Perfect crosshair placement from the post plant. Cleaning up Alpha in that moment, who had a real big window of opportunity to take him out. And then at the end there, G2 just playing that 2v1 very, very well.
But they're still down 1. There's still problems that have to be solved.
If they can win this round, though, the economy of Fnatic, it's going to be broken. We're already seeing...
Darka's in a really good spot, man. A cheeky little angle. Is there anything to clear it? Do they expect it? Maybe a flash? Yeah, it's exactly what it is. The smokes go down, the Dizzy goes through. The one-way's been disrespected. They fully cleared it, and Trent's all the way backside already. Boaster's been dropped. They're going to try to push into spawn. The problem is they don't have U-Haul control. This is danger on the other side. Junpei still has a flash, but he's been spotted out on the swing. The Thrash, he's been tagged, he's been dropped. A 4v3 advantage the way of the attack still, but they've got to realize they don't have any control of short. He's knocked on the door. He tried sniffing his way in, but he couldn't. And so now the swing back towards Showers. Icy with so much to deal with. How do you drop the Turk? You cannot. The time is so short, though. Fnatic have to accelerate. They have to go, and they have to go out. They want to have a shot at this. I don't think there's enough time. They've tied the freaking game.
G2 in the post plants, and Icy with another entry into heaven. He satchels all the way up. What a nice set play to answer for that Viper's Pit in short A. That was so decisive. They read into that, Doug. Boaster, he gets caught with his pants down. And Alpha,
guys, हम लोगों को चाहिए
he didn't press mouse
2-0 और यहाँ पे equalizer match चल रहा है 10-10.
Nice. So now the economy, there's still a bit of a buy for Fnatic, but it's light armors on most of the players. They do have a lot of good retake ults.
Meanwhile, the stock market continuing to boom for G2.
Think about how many different looks Valen has showed so far. The last 2 rounds has been everything Showers. That's why you see Fnatic now trying to fight for it.
Hero and Chronicle both here.
He's been so deadly in holding these angles.
That's not quite going to be enough! Believe settles and gets 2! Perfectly teed up!
That's a free A site as well.
And so they flip the map, feeling some of the pressure, dealing some of their own, and now they've tucked tail, they've gotten away. Jonah P will be the casualty, but the site is theirs. Numbers the way of the attack. Icy hearing that. You gotta realize Alfier's waiting on the other side. It's messy, but it works.
It's another save.
And you're right, the economy now. The Great Depression that Fnatic have hit. They have to save.
They just cannot break through the post plants. This is the G2 everybody knows. The fundamentals on point. The calling on point. Icy on bind, popping off. He's not having, you know, a 20 bomb performance, but the entries he's been getting, it's like night and day from the last map. So G2 will now take the lead in this series once more. 11-10. No ultimates were even being able to be used by Fnatic. They're still sitting on the Astra ult, still sitting on Fade ult, and they still are forced to buy into this. It's been scrappy buys for the last 2 rounds.
They're towing the line.
Trying to make something out of nothing.
One Guardian.
Early flash out towards Showers again.
Yeah, they just showed B long in the previous round. Now Fnatic are probably thinking, oh, is it going to be 3 members taking that? Are they walking in?
Well, remember, it was a couple of rounds ago. The flash came out, Hero got pushed off the angle, and they took Showers, they took the orb. And so that's where the threat is, but the Prowler's going to confirm there's no one there. They're going to fully commit out onto the crunch, though. Trent's dead.
It's spammed.
That's a spike, well out of reach. Those little TRX arms aren't going to reach that.
Those ones aren't either.
Wingman कैसे आता है bro?
Tucked behind the cover of the smokes, they push their way forward. Icy's dead.
Nice, my God, Alpha just.
Alpha here's filthy.
That was so quick, Poster. He's gonna clean up Leaf as well. But it was ultimately Hero with that Fade ultimate and the confidence that it gave him to swing out and take out Trent. Isolating the bomb on
एक और
site.
बार equalizer आ चुका है ये OT ना जाए.
Refuse to relent. They refuse to fold.
What a fight.
There's that ult that you were talking about, and then the swing, and yeah, Hero gets another one there, but this
God,
right here from
Alpha.
Alpha here. Those two, as Valen was trying to find cover in the smoke, is denied that safety.
And Doug, at the start of that round, the setup was to deal with that 3-man walk-in if that was to happen. Hero was jiggling with a tether out. Alfier was B-long towards the TP, ready for the crunch.
They're satcheling off the flash.
Oh.
They're trying to spot and punish Poster, and they do a considerable amount of damage to help, but it's really lethality that's found on the other side. Leaf is dead. Of course, it's Chronicle. He started the map hot. He might be the one to close it. Icy satchels into his death. It's again disaster.
What the fuck, bro? क्या हुआ,
What does
bro?
Trent do here?
He's gonna die. He's left to his devices.
Nice shot, Trent.
Fnatic are giving ones though, but Hero will take him out.
तो मैच पॉइंट आ चुका है Fnatic के लिए और यहाँ क्लोज करना ही चाहिए 2-0 से हम ये सीरीज जीत जाएंगे अगर क्लोज करके Fnatic.
Execute Boaster in that moment. They had a window here. But Chronicle was the one that got the first blood instead, and that allowed everybody on this site, on B, to just mow them down. The power of Astra, we saw it on the attacking side in the post plant. This time around,
we win the game, okay?
We be on the game.
Alfie are so determined, but this time around, it was the suck from Boaster, who, if he had been taken out, that hookah pop goes a completely different way.
We won the game.
And just like that Fnatic answer back in our match point, and it's gonna be a Showers crunch. Is this the end?
There's danger here. They've got to realize that. You've got Durga, you've got Alfia waiting on the other side. Alfia has his ult.
They want to pull the trigger so bad.
Yeah, close
Hero
करके
gives the
Fnatic का
space up.
सीरीज जीती है.
Vacates that aggressive angle.
They're still here. They still want it. Here it comes, Doug.
Can they weather this? It's 1-for-1. Meanwhile, G2 seem to have stabilized, at least for a little bit, but Alfia invests the thrash. He's dealt with. He's done. Chronicle and Bosso
OT guys,
outstanding.
OT जा रहे हैं हम लोग.
G2 continue to play things down to the thinnest of margins. The most unforgiving of moments. But barring a clutch, OT may be on the cards. Boaster has his ult. How does he
Maybe कुछ
invest
नहीं
it
है भाई,
here?
हो गया OT. थोड़ा tough है भाई, बहुत tough है.
The thing is Valen still has a molly, still has a stim. If he doesn't get taken out, even if that Astral goes up, it's not going
एक
to be
shot आ
enough.
रहा है 3 shot
There it is. It goes up. Chronicle's going to buy a little bit of time. There's the molly that you were speaking of.
And the re-wrap as well, short A. Look at Leaf.
There's no idea for them to know if it's on right now because they're still waiting on the other side of the wall. This one coming through will connect onto Leaf. Still work to be done. Poster has gotten it to half. There's the flash. There's the swing.
Oh my God!
It's all three. Heartbreak for G2.
Oh,
The orange and black banner waves on.
भाई मुझे लग रहा था होगा.
Survive.
ओह भाई क्या हुआ ये? स्प्रे तो है. What a spray.
What a way
G2
to close
eliminate.
out. Bind, one of G2's staples.
भाई
in
रोने की
Valorant.
जरूरत नहीं है. लेविएटान के मैच में मैंने एक क्लिप देखी थी तुम लोगों की. यार कूदते क्यों हो तुम लोग? क्या स्ट्रैटेजी थी
To
वो?
win it like that.
भाई वो मैप में
Boaster with
कूदे
the
क्यों?
spam at short A.
वो राउंड खेलते. मैं कौन
And
बताऊँ?
the spray down full blind double flashed from Chronicle to get 3
But
in
आज
a
मैं
row.
partial हूँ. ओहो.
That
Fnatic win.
That is one of
Let's
the most
go.
ridiculous things I have ever seen.
Double flash
To close the map, to send G2 home.
G2
An
goodbye.
outrageous
GG.
play. And G2
heartbreak.
will take a bow one last time in 2024.
They should be proud, man.
To be so close yet so far.
Chronicle, bro. What insane.
But again, what a ridiculous play from Chronicle, who started the map hot. Remember the way he kicked things off,
10 and 2.
For him to be the
Yeah,
one to slam
right.
the door on the situation.
अबे लोअर खेल रहे
Plenty
हो
of
जब भी
reasons to be
सुधरेंगे
happy,
नहीं यार.
plenty of reasons to smile
खेल
for
नहीं
Fnatic.
सुधरेंगे bro.
And that first map, what a performance from Alfier.
Yeah, he was nuts. But that
Really good,
moment
really good,
right
really,
there,
really good.
if Fnatic continue on this
Like,
run,
so good.
if Fnatic hoist the trophy at the end of this tournament, that moment will probably be one of the most defining moments of their tournament. One of the most defining moments of this run. That will go down in history.
Yeah. One of the best 2v4s we've ever seen in the server.
भाई मुझे लास्ट राउंड के जो शॉट्स है था भाई
The grandest of stages.
इंसेन है ब्रो. मुझे
Crunch time.
बहुत बढ़िया लगा.
Chronicle was a demon.
The last couple rounds, winning the head-to-head against Leaf how many times? Viper v Viper.
Fnatic were pushed on Bind. They strolled through Haven, but again, this tournament has eluded them. This bit of hardware has been what's avoided them for the entire time. And here they are with moments such as these, with performances such as these, with backs against the ropes.
Look at this.
They punch back. We've got Alpha here standing by for the Verizon post-match interview.
Thank you everyone and welcome down to this
मैंने
stage.
कहा था भाई
I'm
अल्फा
standing by
बनेगा.
with
Alpha ही
Alpha
आ
who
गया.
just told me he's too excited. He might not even talk, but I'm gonna get him to talk. But congratulations, Alpha.
Thank you.
알파이르 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다. 어제 경기에 비해서 일단 푸나틱의 폼이 확실히 많이 올라온 것 같아요. 오늘은 어떤 점이 달랐는지부터 빠르게 물어보도록 하겠습니다. You guys bounced back straight away from yesterday. What clicked today, or what was different?
We had great talk yesterday night because whenever we lose games, we just losing ourselves because we are not talking in the game. We are doing some mistakes we shouldn't do. But today we came here and we said, guys, this is video game. Just have fun. Like, because you are not doing boxing or something. Just video game. Just have fun, and we have fun.
Oh, it's just a game. Okay. 어제 얘기를 좀 팀원들이랑 좀 딥톡을 했는데 사실 프나틱이 질 때마다 스스로한테 좀 발목을 잡히는 것 같다는 얘기를 많이 했다고 해요. 뭔가 실수하지 않아야 될 부분에서 실수도 하고 커뮤니케이션도 그냥 팀 내적으로 잘 되지 않았을 때 지기 때문에 그런 부분을 좀 많이 고치자고 얘기를 했고 오늘 들어오면서 야 우리가 이거 뭐 복싱하는 것도 아니고 진다고 죽는 것도 아니고 그냥 게임이니까 즐겨라 라는 마인드로 임했는데 오늘 그렇기 때문에 좀 잘 됐던 것 같다고 얘기를 하는데요. 그러면 또 알파에르 선수 헤이븐에서 이 아이소가 어마어마했거든요. 솔직히 아이소 너프 이후에 챔피언스에 좀 기용할 팀이 있을까 했는데 오늘 푸나틱의 아이소를 보니까 뭔가 특별함이 느껴지기도 했습니다. 아무래도 이 너프가 푸나틱의 헤이븐이 어떻게 진행되는지에 있어서 좀 영향을 많이 주지 않는다고 판단했던 걸까요? 이 아이소 기용에 대해서 물어보도록 할게요. Your ISO, popping heads from left and right, shield up, amazing. We didn't really expect teams to bring ISO with them to Champions because of the big nerfs. So why bring him back on Haven? You know, like, do you feel like the nerfs don't really affect the way you guys play Haven?
Yeah, I mean, they nerfed ISO, but they didn't nerf me. So I'm still good.
아이소 너프했는데 나를 너프한 건 아니니까 아직도 쓸만하다, 괜찮다, 나는 너프가 되지 않았다라고 얘기를 해줬습니다. 그래서 그런지 오늘 흐름도 굉장히 좋았고 바인드에서는 좀 두 발로 서 있는 모습을 보여주기도 했는데 일어선 걸까요? 아니면 스트레칭을 했던 걸까요? We saw you on your legs on bind. Were you standing up or were you just stretching your legs?
Stretching my legs?
Yeah.
Stretching my legs?
Were you standing up? To trash talk, or were you just stretching your legs?
Yeah, I sit down this time because last time it didn't go well. That's why I said if we start winning, like I might go stand up. But yeah, that's why I stand up once because I couldn't like sit down all the time.
Okay. 사실 저번 경기에서 자꾸 일어났는데 져가지고 이제 이길 때 되면은 좀 일어서야겠다 했는데 오늘 사실 바인드에서 한 번 일어섰는데 그거는 좀 계속 앉아 있을 수 없기 때문에 좀 다리가 저려서 일어난 거라고 해명을 했습니다. 그러면 마지막으로 오늘 크로니클 선수 생일인데 생일 축하한다고 한마디 부탁해 보도록 할게요. Chronicles birthday today. Happy birthday.
Yeah, by the way, in the game he gets fate butterfly. Maybe observers catch it. But he gets Fate Butterfly is like 1 of 500 chance, and it was happy birthday for him.
Fate Butterfly.
Fate Butterfly. You know the butterfly skin? He's
yeah.
color. It felt like 1 of 500.
Okay. 스킨을 쓰는데 사실 이 스킨을 사용할 때 그 가짜 나비가 나올 확률이 500분의 1인데 오늘 그게 나와가지고 옵저버가 받는지는 모르겠지만 확실히 이게 크로니클 선수를 위한 생일 선물이 아닐까라는 얘기를 했습니다. 이렇게 해서 알파에르 선수 만나봤습니다. Thank you, Alfair, who was too excited to talk, but you talked anyways. Thank you for the great interview and good luck.
Thank you.
And that's a wrap for us, everyone. Bye-bye.
They might have nerfed ISO, but they didn't nerf Alpha yet. I'm now joined by Elmer Putty here. Mimi is here as well before we close out the show. There's a lot to go to talk about, a lot we wanted to ask you, but I'm just going to start by replaying the last round on Bind. And I need you to give me a play-by-play and talk me through what was going through your mind.
Okay, so I mean here we have the Astral, which is always scary on the diffuse. I mean, this is the last seconds. I mean, nothing. I was just like, I hope we spray him down. I like the fact Crown's a Phantom. He hasn't bought a Vandal there, he's bought a Phantom, which is just better for that situation.
Did you think that you were going to close that out on that round after what happened in the TP?
I thought there was a, but when I saw the Astral Wall and the Mullen Showers, I thought it was a 50-50, I thought.
I mean, this was night and day compared to the last game that Fnatic showed. What was the team's discussion like after losing that series in the upper before coming into this one? Because this is the first map since the Billy game where you guys have had like a strong start into a series.
Yeah, I mean, we had a long discussion last night, like at least an hour, probably a bit longer, just talking about how we performed because yesterday wasn't good. It was just have a win Heretics basically, except for that second half of Abyss. So we had to talk about the energy and the level of communication we had to bring coming into this game, and I was already happy with the boys. They bought it. The boys stepped up. People are fragging. They talk, and they have good energy.
I'm gonna ask you the question. I feel like you might be anticipating me doing this because I think I've asked you this backstage a couple times. Why didn't you pick the Haven? against Heretics. You had a choice. You could have picked the Haven.
Well,
and after seeing your Haven today, I feel like maybe you should have.
We knew it was going to come third because it was the third map versus Heretics. We just didn't get there, so it was a matter of we like Lotus as well. We can get Haven third, so
Do you think things would have been different if you did pick Haven?
No, I don't think so. With that energy, it could have been any map. Could have been Fracture. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, I think as well about the Haven, this is the first time that you guys have played it at this event. You're the only team who's playing ISO here at Champions. I wanted to ask, when you guys are cooking up the comps and planning how you want to play maps behind the scene, how are you balancing what you guys feel is the optimal comp to play on a map versus what you feel like is going to be the best in terms of player comfort? Because it seems like Alfia obviously loves playing that ISO.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a balance between what's best and what's more comfortable for the players. Because I think if you got to play like Alpha, he always wants to fight, and he gets stuck on that Killjoy Cypher a lot of the time. So it's he's happy when he hears Havens. He's like, yes, I get to play ISO. So it's always a combination. Sometimes you have to tell a player, look, I'm sorry, this is best for the team. You're gonna have to kind of bite the bullet here. But it's one of those situations where Alpha's a big hype man, so we want to get him going and get him on the roles he wants to be on, and where he can give energy to the team.
What agents would you at this stage be like, no, Alpha, come on, that's asking for too much? Because I know in the past he wanted to play Raze on a split, he wanted to play a bunch of stuff, even the Clove we saw a little bit as well. What's the line here? What's the no-go zone?
He's not getting the Clove back.
He's not getting the Clove back?
No, he's not getting the Clove back.
Why not?
It's a rubbish agent.
Okay, so that's not on Alpha, that's just
yeah.
That's an agent
It's just rubbish.
Has he ever asked for the Yoru? Because I'm surprised if he hadn't.
No, that's Durka's. He knows he can't ask for that, and I don't. It doesn't. Yeah, I think it's more of a Durka thing. He knows he's not going to get the Yoru over Durka.
Yeah, and what are your thoughts on the fact that how far Dirk has come on that Yoru? Because the first time we saw it, albeit I think it might have been his own downfall, a little bit of teasing it on Twitter for like 3 months straight, being like, I'm going to play the Yoru. It didn't go super well, but now best Yoru in the tournament, right?
I think so. I think he's the best Yoru player in the world. He's mastered that agent really, really well. He's really good at taking on feedback. I think that at the beginning of the year he was struggling a little bit just individually.
Hello guys, thank you so much for watching my
Yoru,
stream.
it was more just he wasn't in the best form. And I think he took that on board, and he did a very good job of saying like, hey, what do I need to do to get myself back on form? And he did that. He's taking good notes. He's always active about wanting feedback and wanting to improve his